Global mutation. Everyone is trapped in separate elevators. Every day, the elevator randomly enters a floor. Some floors provide supplies, while others may encounter danger. Humans can communicate or trade via the screens next to the elevator. Supplies obtained on the floors can be used to upgrade the elevator. At this moment, the screen in front of you suddenly lights up. It then displays your name and level 1. Below it, it lists the upgrade requirements. The required materials include 50 kilograms of wood and 100 kilograms of iron. The world channel is very lively. Someone is asking where this is. What should we do? Others are complaining that they just won 10 million in the lottery. You feel a bit schadenfreude. Looks like you aren't the worst off. But at that moment, the elevator suddenly shakes violently. Then you feel a heavy force. But the weightlessness quickly disappears. The elevator door opens automatically. You find yourself in a clean and tidy classroom. It seems there is no danger. The blackboard says, study hard and improve every day. You walk up to the podium. You surprisingly find a machete in the drawer. You're shocked, aren't you? Why is this thing in the classroom? But soon your attention is drawn to the elevator screen. A countdown for the elevator door closing appears, 59 minutes and 23 seconds. There is still plenty of time. No need to rush. You start to explore the elevator. Aside from a bitten chocolate bar, there's nothing else. But you suddenly feel comfortable holding the machete. So you decide to dismantle the desk. You pull it into the elevator. Upgrade the elevator level. You still need 10 kilograms of wood and 100 kilograms of iron to upgrade. You check the world channel. Other survivors haven't encountered danger either. Some entered abandoned buildings. Some went into public restrooms. And others entered abandoned factories. You think for a moment. You guess the first floor entered is for beginners' benefits, to help everyone adapt, and collect some supplies along the way. Next, you might encounter danger. Then, you open the trading system again. All survivors are trading items. Most are food and water. You even see a little girl trading bitter tea for a bottle of spring water. You're shocked. Wow, these are some tough people. Then, you use the 2 desks left behind to make a bed and fell asleep. In a daze, you feel a sense of weightlessness again. The elevator descends. Then it enters a new floor. You step out and find yourself in a forest. There is wood for upgrading the elevator everywhere. But I don't have a chainsaw. You continue deeper. Suddenly, a metal chest appears ahead. The moment you open it, a snake suddenly jumps out. Fortunately, you're quick and agile. You slice it in half with one strike. Then you find a bottle of water in the chest, and a doctor's iron can, plus a coin. Then, you fill the iron can with water from a stream in the forest. You also take in the severed snake. Then you list the snake in the trading system for 5 kilograms of iron. Just then, someone in the chat channel is calling for help. She says she encountered zombies. She is having difficulty breathing after being scratched. But no one sympathizes with her. Everyone is shouting for her to sell her elevator supplies at a low price. You take a breath. Human nature is truly realistic and ugly. Laughter decides a person's life and death. Then, you watch the chat channel. While browsing the trading system, if you're really hungry, you just lick a piece of chocolate. Before long, it was the next day. You wake up with a strong urge to urinate. But before you can think too much, the elevator starts to shake violently. But this time, the situation is dire. As soon as you open the elevator door, you smell a foul odor. In the distance, 5 zombies are wandering. You tremble in fear. But at that moment, the elevator screen suddenly displays a few lines of text. It gives you 2 choices. Choice 1. Enter the floor and kill 5 zombies. Reward, a handgun. 3 spare magazines. Choice 2. Hide in the elevator without entering the floor. Reward, a sharp fruit knife. You're a bit confused. Didn't expect this elevator system to have so many options. But the allure of the handgun is simply too great. After thinking for 0.01 seconds, you pull out the machete and step out of the elevator. You cautiously approach a zombie from behind. Then you slice the zombie's head off. Didn't expect it to be so easy to take down a zombie. But just as you feel proud, the other 4 zombies hear the noise. They roar and charge at you. You desperately flee back into the elevator. But unexpectedly, the 4 zombies seem to lose their target. They stand there dumbfounded. Could this be the elevator's protection mechanism for survivors? Thinking of this, you step out of the elevator. Sure enough, the 4 zombies casually start to come and go. Minutes later, the 4 zombies stand at the elevator entrance. You encounter one and take out all 4 zombies. At this moment, a handgun and 3 magazines appear in the elevator. After picking up the handgun, you can't help but complain. It doesn't even come with a magazine. How stingy. There's still half an hour left before the door closes. You immediately run to the center of the floor and find a box. You find 2 cans of beef inside, and 3 bottles of mineral water, plus an antibiotic. Happily packing up the supplies to take away. Grimacing, I searched a zombie for a lighter and returned to the elevator. You're already breathless from exhaustion. In one go, you devour all the chocolate from before. Finally feeling comfortable, you glance at the trading channel. You find out that the Viper has already been bought by someone else. After clicking to extract the item, a 5-kilogram weight suddenly drops in front of you. You can't help but grin. What the hell? Is this trying to crush me? The world channel is buzzing because 2 survivors entered the same floor. Brothers, I can confirm this works. You can cooperate with others to enter their elevator. And we moved our supplies over. We just need 20 more kilograms of wood to upgrade the elevator to level 2. But the reality is quite different. Turns out, after this man entered the floor, he saw a woman walking out from the opposite side. He then had malicious thoughts. He knocked the woman unconscious, and dragged her into his elevator. As for the following plot, I know everyone doesn't like watching this, so I'll give everyone a quick peek. You're not interested in the fates of the others. Instead, you post a bottle of water on the trading channel. The price is the same as for the 5th floor elevator. However, this time it gets bought instantly. Now, along with this weight, an iron box and bucket. So, we just need 70 more kilograms in this elevator. So you happily lay down on the table and fell asleep. You don't know how long you slept. The elevator starts shaking violently again. This time, you notice the elevator is rising. After entering the new floor, you see an elevator appear in front of you. You laugh. A lot of scrap metal. This place is like a paradise of supplies for me. Finally, I can upgrade the elevator. But just then, a sudden voice interrupts. Since it's a god, you tense up instantly. What? There are actually other survivors here. You instantly draw your machete. Who's there? Show yourself. Then a figure slowly walks out. It turns out to be a beautiful girl in a JK uniform. She then speaks up, crying, "Please don't hurt me. I can move supplies to your elevator. Let's survive together." What the hell? In this situation, who could refuse a JK girl? In an instant, you even think of names for your future kids. But just as the girl approaches you, she suddenly pulls out a dagger from her skirt pocket and attacks from below. At this moment, it's too late to counter with your machete. In a crucial moment, you quickly pull out your gun and shoot her. Within 18 centimeters. Your gun is fast and accurate again. However, it's your first time shooting at someone like you. It makes you feel intense discomfort. After standing there and vomiting for a while, you finally go to the girl's elevator. You move all the resources back to your own elevator. Not much stuff, but most of it is combined wood. This is all resources for upgrading the elevator. Then you sift through the junk mountain and move items into the elevator. You also take the girl's JK uniform along. This thing will be a limited edition item in the future. At this moment, the elevator screen shows that your elevator can be upgraded. You press the upgrade button. The elevator shakes violently immediately. At the same time, the surrounding walls start to move outward. 2 minutes later, the elevator expands by double. At the same time, a toilet also appears. A thoughtful label says, "Toilet 2, I really thank his whole family. Upgrading is something I arranged." The screen now shows that the next upgrade requires 100 kilograms of wood, 120 kilograms of iron and 5 gold coins. Remaining required, 60 kilograms of wood, 90 kilograms of iron and 4 gold coins. So gold coins are used to upgrade the elevator. After previously obtaining it, you patrol the world channel while taking a dump. At the same time, only your elevator has upgraded to level 2. At this moment, the screen makes a sound. At the same time, you are the first to upgrade the elevator, rewarded with 20 crossbow bolts. At the same time, there's also a reward given. The first one is for upgrading the elevator to level 3. Reward, a chainsaw, 100 liters of gasoline. You brighten up. With this, Bald Chong's lumberjack saw can work wonders. Don't even mention Carmen. You can saw an entire forest into wood. You don't really need to upgrade your own elevator. Quietly, you put up 20 kilograms of wood and 20 kilograms of meat in the trading market. Then, using the remaining wood and clothes, you made a simple bed. You also exercised a bit with the sandbags you picked up from the junkyard. Before long, you were exhausted and fell asleep. When you woke up, the elevator suddenly goes down. It begins to teleport randomly. At this moment, the elevator displays a line of text. You are about to enter a new floor. You have 3 choices. Choice 1. Enter the floor and open the treasure chest. Reward, a power-free electric cooker. Choice 2. Enter the floor, open the treasure chest, and kill the red-clothed ghost. Reward, a 6-ingredient health supplement. Choice 3. If you don't enter the floor, you create a compressed biscuit. What the hell? Does the elevator world really have a red ghost? Before you can react, the elevator door opens. Outside is an ancient gate. 2 white joy symbols are stuck on the door. This scene nearly scares you to death. This is just too scary, even if I have a gun. But how can I deal with a ghost in a place like this? Just as you decide to hide in the elevator, the ancient door slowly opens. Surprisingly, a young boy carrying a box runs out. Behind him, to your shock, is a woman in a red wedding dress. You can't help but exclaim, with a red veil, how shocking. What the hell? Bald Chong, born fearless of tigers, but here, he's doomed. Just as the woman in red is about to catch the boy, he suddenly turns and splashes her with urine, causing her to scream. He quickly grabs the box and runs toward your elevator while you frantically wave him off. "Don't come near me." The boy hurriedly speaks up. "Please, help me. I'll give you the treasure chest." You think to yourself, this boy's urine might actually be good for repelling ghosts. Plus, there's a treasure chest to take. This deal seems like a win-win. Thinking this, you quickly reach out to pull him into the elevator. But in the chaos, you feel that the boy's hands are very cold. After the elevator door closes, you turn around to find him limp. What the hell? You accidentally pulled the woman next to the boy instead. At this moment, you're scared stiff. Then the woman reaches to remove her red veil. There's more to it inside. "Do you think I look beautiful? You think you're doomed now?" Then you hear a loud explosion. The woman in front of you explodes, and the elevator screen shows it's time to go up. Then you remember the elevator is a safe zone. Any creature entering the elevator must die. You, having survived, sit on the ground. You notice that the boy's box has also fallen in the elevator. Inside, you find 2 gold coins, a 5-space backpack, and a pack of tissues. You brighten up. What the hell? Now, after using the bathroom, you finally don't have to wipe with a stick. At the same time, you inadvertently completed a task. You receive a 6-ingredient health supplement. After eating, you punch the sandbags for an hour straight. You don't even feel cold. Then you lie down on the bed to rest. The next day, you wake up to a noise. Ding dong. The elevator descends, waking you up. After the elevator door opens, a deafening roar comes from afar. This floor is like a Jurassic World. Tall trees, prehistoric creatures are everywhere. This floor is somewhat terrifying in its size. You absolutely cannot run around recklessly. Otherwise, you won't know how you died. Just as you prepare to walk to the elevator door, the screen suddenly lights up. About 50 meters ahead, there is a dinosaur egg in a nest. After hatching, the baby dragon will recognize you as its master. This floor also contains a large amount of food and natural resources. Survivors can act according to their abilities. After reading, you can't help but frown and look outside. Sure enough, you see an upside-down tree. There are no large dinosaurs around. A distance of 50 meters is worth a try. Thinking this, you pull out your gun and step out of the elevator. Cautiously, you walk through the woods and reach the cave entrance without incident. You breathe a sigh of relief, but upon entering the tree hole, you're shocked to see 2 newly hatched baby raptors. Aren't these small carnivorous dinosaurs? If they recognize you as their master and explore the levels with you, wouldn't that be fantastic? The baby raptors rush out as soon as they see you entering. You don't let him off the hook, you pull out your gun and shoot. However, just then, a loud noise comes from nearby. You startle instantly. Oh no, the parents have come looking for you. Quickly, you put the dinosaur egg into your spatial backpack. Then you take off running. As you run out, you see a gigantic raptor charging toward you. You realize you can't outrun it. You turn back and fire another round. 2 lucky shots hit the raptor's hind legs. The raptor howls and collapses. You seize the opportunity to escape back into the elevator. That was really dangerous. Fortunately, you had your gun. The fallen raptor is swiftly snatched away by a giant pterosaur, and you let out a sigh. This is the cruel death penalty backpack. Then you pull out the head and fill your belly with water. After eating, you fall asleep immediately. After a deep sleep, you wake up. You groggily look at the elevator screen. The iron box and wood you sold earlier have been taken. Then, you found 2 coins in a floor. You just made it to 5. You can get one up. But just then, a message in the chat catches your attention. When he explored the previous floor, he found an empty elevator covered in blood. This means there has been a shootout between survivors. For a moment, everyone starts showcasing their strength. Some can perform taekwondo, some have crafted their own bows and arrows, and some, like you, have obtained machetes. However, no one currently has a gun. After browsing around, you suddenly discover someone selling a full set of wedding supplies in the trading system. Like red lanterns, red candles, even the bed has been taken apart and sold. This is infuriating. It must be that kid from before. I accidentally pulled you into the elevator. He got quite the deal. He probably cleared out the entire room. At this moment, there are 2.5 minutes left until the 12 o'clock teleportation floor. The elevator starts sounding alarms. Then it begins to descend quickly. Once the elevator comes to a stop, you take a deep breath. You step outside. The style of this floor appears to be an abandoned circus. 3 other survivors appear at the same time. After meeting, you all remain silent. There's a mutual sense of wariness among you. At this moment, an announcement echoes throughout the floor. The hide-and-seek game begins. Survivors are the ones hiding. They can turn into random items. The floor was originally called Hunter. They will be responsible for finding survivors. If found by the hunters, they will be eliminated. Completing the game will reward you with 2 nutrient solutions. 1 gold coin. You may upgrade the elevator with 100 kilograms of resources. The hunters will enter the floor in 1 minute to search. After hearing this, you can't help but frown. The most dangerous ones are actually my kind. If those survivors deliberately expose my location, I would be in serious trouble. Moreover, the legacy of the other 3 is the greatest reward on this floor. If they die in the game, then the legacy will belong to others. At that moment, the broadcast just ended. Then someone hurriedly turns into paper. Another person turns into a trash can. The last one turns into a streetlight. I truly admire such intelligence. Where did a streetlight come from in a circus? This is just asking for trouble. Just then, the hunters enter. 2 fully armed strongmen slowly walk out with their machine cases. Everyone watching trembles, but when they see me turn into an object, they almost drop their eyeballs in shock, as I turn into an elevator room. It's an elevator room only visible to survivors. What a surprise. I can't believe it can work like this. What the hell, how did I end up here? At this moment, the hunters are about to enter, wondering how I transformed. Then I turn into a streetlight, but that guy starts to act. As the hunters enter, I jump onto the platform. Oh my gosh, this is me believing my own but will be lifted. The person who landed just walked down. This person is just a bullet. He's blinded us. Then more items from the weapons crazily start shooting, but the boxes and trash cans were lucky to dodge. At this moment, there is 1 minute left until the game ends. Just as I thought I could get up from the trash can, a cigarette butt is thrown into the trash can. Within seconds, his hair catches fire. This scene naturally attracts the hunter's bullets. As the trash can's death countdown reaches 0, 2 hunters explode on the spot. Simultaneously, you and the cardboard person both receive 2 bottles of nutrient solution, 1 gold coin, and 100 kilograms of meat. The young man turned into a cardboard figure walks toward you maliciously. Before he could say anything, you shot him dead. I just made a big deal on this floor. He cleared out all the resources in this survivor elevator. Then I casually picked up those 2 hunter submachine guns. The gun still has 45 bullets left. My elevator resources are overflowing, and you have no place to go. You click to upgrade on the elevator screen. The required materials vanish into thin air. Then the elevator shakes violently. It extends outward by more than double. The toilet also turns into a smart toilet that can clean your butt. The key point is that an additional fan appears above the elevator. The air inside the elevator finally isn't so stuffy. The remaining materials needed for upgrading the elevator still need 20 kilograms of wood, 20 kilograms of iron and 10 gold coins. You glance at the world channel. Now everyone knows the importance of gold coins. It's almost impossible to exchange supplies for gold coins. Looks like it's best to lounge around. Quickly thinking this, you practice for an hour of ambidextrous combat. Then you lay down and fell asleep. The next day, a loud sound awakens you. You are about to enter the Ice Age floor, triggering a choice task. Choose to enter below to gain abilities, including a key that can unlock all kinds of locks, a task helper tool, and a warm diving suit. The task will automatically disappear after completion. Choice 2. Waiting in the elevator for the next floor rewards you with a delicious apple. There shouldn't be any danger in this underwater world. But I have a gun. Even if a shark comes, I'm not afraid. Then you click on option 1. A set of warm clothing appears in front of you. You put on the clothes. With your submachine gun, you step out of the elevator. This warming outfit is not warm at all. After walking a bit, you start shivering from the cold. Fortunately, there is a hole of ice ahead, and you jump in. However, the little fish and shrimp inside do not swim swiftly down. After a while, you find a treasure chest. Upon opening it, a prompt sounds. Ding dong. Congratulations. You've successfully obtained unlimited water resources. You can place it in the elevator and check it out. But before you can get happy, you are suddenly swallowed by a large fish. Then, another place rings in your mind. Welcome to the survival world inside the giant fish. Next, you will coexist with the giant fish. Before you can finish hearing, you get angry. You pull out your submachine gun and shoot the fish dead. Then you drag the giant fish back to the elevator. You check the unlimited water resources, and surprisingly, they are in the toilet. You can't say that. You really can't say that. This is surprisingly reasonable. Then, you cut the giant fish down. You put a piece and some toilet water in. After cleaning, you cut it into sashimi. You start eating it in large bites. At this time, that toilet water is actually clean. And you immediately fall asleep. You wake up again. You notice that many video channels are missing. Meanwhile, in the floor while alive, it can't be ruled out that they were killed by their kind. The current death rate is very high. Many accounts with female avatars are asking for help in the chat room. They say other survivors have broken into their elevator. It seems that after several floor adventures, the vast majority of survivors are in trouble. At this point, women are the most dangerous. At this moment, the elevator starts shaking violently, but it's not the simple up and down like before. Instead, it moves up and down, left and right continuously. And the elevator screen beeps, displaying a line of text. Infinite floors. Just then, the elevator opens. Your expression changes instantly. Outside is actually not a floor, but another survivor's elevator. At this moment, a young man with a stick walks out opposite you. Without a greeting, he attacks first. But you calmly raise your gun and shoot him, because the gun is faster from 7 steps away. At this moment, the chat room explodes. At the same time, other survivors encounter each other. Some are slaughtering each other. Some are forming alliances to cooperate. At this moment, you finally understand. The infinite floor combines all survivors' elevators like building blocks. At this moment, your elevator is like a Rubik's Cube. Any random turn can lead to encountering unknown survivors. After calming down, you go to the other elevator. You take all the supplies. You move them all into your elevator. Finally, you realize that this person is actually a girl disguised as a boy. Oh my god, I'm really doomed. I've wasted another girl. However, you found a phone on her. Unfortunately, there's no signal in the elevator. As time passes, it quickly reaches the next day. You notice the elevator screen still displays infinite floors. After stepping outside, you find a corpse in the opposite area. It seems someone was already killed here. After that, you encounter different survivors every day. The vast majority have been eliminated by you. Only one person with a gun faces off against you for an entire day. No one dared to make the first move. But in the elevator, there are 5 women of different styles. Honestly, you're truly tempted. High-intensity mental strain means you need to relax. You must capture someone to talk to. The wireless floors on the screen disappear. The elevator returns to normal, and the chat room, silent for a month, becomes lively again, but this time it's filled with confused newcomers asking where they are. This scene makes you gasp. It seems another batch of newcomers is trapped in the elevator. The urgent task is to upgrade the elevator first. On the wireless floor, you have obtained enough resources. After clicking to upgrade, the elevator undergoes a dramatic change. Not only does the space double, but a set of tables and chairs also appears. Additionally, a new area called the material zone appears, stating that you can place the required materials for upgrades inside. They will automatically disappear and increase the upgrade progress. When the progress reaches 100%, the elevator will upgrade. It is now already 12 o'clock. The screen shows that you are about to enter the challenge floor. In this floor, you will play the role of a robber. You and your accomplices will rob a bank. This scene is real. It is not a simulation. You have two choices. Choice 1. Shoot and kill 5 enemies with headshots. Reward, a firearms mastery book. Choice 2. Stay in the elevator and don't go out. Reward, a disposable pair of shorts. Oh my god, it actually connects to the real world. Does that mean I can escape the elevator? Thinking this, you immediately grab your dead phone. After the elevator door opens, you step outside. Outside is a road. You think to yourself, who the hell is this? Are you robbing a bank or what? I just want to find a chance to escape. But just then, a huge truck stops in front of you. 5 people wearing stockings on their heads get out of the car. Without a word, they throw you a stocking and a gun. Then the lead strongman begins assigning tasks. Someone is in charge of hacking. Someone is in charge of planting explosives. After speaking, he waves his hand. Up, up, up. A group of people enters the hall. They pull out their guns. The lead strongman fires a burst. He shouts, I see your hands. Control the scene. 2 people run to the vault to plant explosives. You, wearing a black hood, ask the counter staff for a phone charger. But just as you rush toward the vault, it explodes. Then the hooded person walks in carrying a bag. They start collecting the cash inside. You are driven by a good mood. You walk inside. You find that besides cash, there are also stacks of gold bars. Cash is useless to you, but gold bars can upgrade the elevator. You take advantage of their distraction. You stuff all the gold bars into your backpack. After emptying the vault, you retreat to the car. Just as you drive out, you're surrounded by police cars. Then the lead man gives you a Gatling gun. He tells you to take out the pursuers. You suddenly remember. You indeed have a task to headshot 5 enemies. However, you do not shoot at the police. Instead, you count your companions. What a coincidence. Exactly 5 people. So you raise the Gatling gun and fire a burst. You take out all the robbers. Then, you raise your hands in surrender, while shouting, Save me, I've been kidnapped by a pervert, into the elevator. As soon as you finish speaking, everyone is stunned. Nearby reporters are frantically taking pictures of you with flash. You think to yourself, even if you can't be saved this time, you can still trend in other ways, attracting attention. But the police frown and speak. What are you fooling around with? You clearly have uneven shares. You feel murderous intent rising. You eliminate your accomplices. After saying that, you pull out the gold bars from your backpack. Seeing that your plea for help was in vain, you can only seize the opportunity to get into the car. You drive furiously. You see the police cars getting closer. At this moment, the elevator in front suddenly opens. Oh no, you really have no choice now. You can only cry as you drive the car into the elevator. Although you couldn't escape, you bring back a car and a charged phone. Naturally, the car goes into the materials zone for upgrades, and you try the phone. Damn it, still no signal. This teleportation has exhausted you. You fall asleep soon after. Unexpectedly, the elevator temperature suddenly drops at night. It wakes you up from the cold. Fortunately, you had reserved a lot of wood beforehand. Otherwise, you would have frozen to death. Then you use a lighter to ignite the wood. You place the dinosaur egg on the bed. At this moment, the chat room has exploded. Those without exhaust fans are looking to buy clothes. Those with exhaust fans are looking to buy fire sources. At this time, if you don't take advantage of the opportunity, then it really can't be argued. Then you put a fire on the trading system. I set 1 gold coin for each. You will soon obtain 6 gold coins. My mom. This is really violent. However, many people who value gold like life have chosen artillery. However, it doesn't matter to you. The energy consumption has already passed to a mile. Very soon. The time has come to 22. The elevator delivers floors on time. The elevator screen displays the resource floor. As soon as I walked out, I saw a mountain of scrap iron. You are shocked. Sure enough, it's the Welfare Bureau. I don't know what this is about. Nobody is taking care of so much scrap iron stored here. At the same time, the other side of the scrap iron mountain, a man and a woman are talking. The woman used a beauty trick on the man. After taking it down, he revealed a victorious smile. Then it has always been successful. He has already relied on the elevator to raise the elevator to the 3rd level. The other side, after you heard the screams, hastily ran over smoothly. He can also gain experience from the direction in which the car you are using has been moving back and forth. This is when the gun was fired to send him on his way. Women who can still survive until now. None of them are good people. Then, I will move all the supplies from the elevator for 2 people. A box of fever reducer was also found on the woman. He really did get it badly. After burning for the remaining half hour, successfully collected 400 kilograms of scrap iron. At this time, you are looking at the chat room. Everyone follows the scrap metal or freezes to death. I not only have a smart toilet, there is also plenty of food to eat. Just at this moment, the elevator screen suddenly sounded an alarm. I then took a look. Attention all survivors. The beginner period of elevator survival has ended. Next, you will face a more brutal survival environment. Voice broadcast here. After reporting, the speed on the floor will appear, and the time at the stairs and elevator doors will close. At that time, the elevator cannot be returned. Only after clearing all dangerous creatures or completing the floor tasks. Someone in the elevator said it. Someone said they have used fighting for 2.5 years. Who cares what nonsense it is? One punch to kill all. You are relatively calm. After watching, I directly pressed the upgrade elevator button. Under a tremor, the elevator has been upgraded again. Not only has there been an additional ventilation outlet, and there is an extra kitchen. The kitchen utensils are all available inside. You cooked a dish of 9 turned intestines for the first time. Fell asleep after eating. The next day you feel that your jailer has something going on. It turns out to be the hatching of dinosaur eggs obtained in Jurassic World. You are suddenly enlightened. Finally hatched. It seems that the time is not far off when I can ride a dinosaur to go on an adventure. And the little velociraptor obviously sees you as its mother and is calling out to you. You immediately take it to the giant fish. The little velociraptor goes up and takes a big bite. In just a few minutes, the giant fish was eaten clean. You are shocked. What the hell? Can this thing eat so much? Afraid I won't be able to support myself in the future. This will be fine as long as I have unlimited water resources. Then he brought the little velociraptor to the side of the toilet. Go drink. Dad has already tasted this water for you. Very clean. When the little velociraptor is drinking water, you have arrived in front of the elevator screen. The chat room is very lively. Everyone is discussing what kind of floors they will soon face. But someone suddenly screamed that the chat room can actually see the number of people online at the same time. You take a closer look. Good guy. 3 billion people online at the same time. Isn't it a scam? The entire world has less than 8 billion. This elevator can catch so many people. But it was already 12 o'clock by this time. The elevator screen displays a line of bloodstains. Send a letter to someone who does not exist. The failure of the task will forever remain on the floor. Become a part of the NPC. Serve the survivors who come later. You turn pale after listening. Sure enough, you've passed the beginner protection period. The difficulty is rising sharply. Send a letter to someone who doesn't exist. Speaking human language is like sending a message to a ghost. Still unable to refuse to enter the floor. Really damn it. After speaking, you hurriedly put on all the weapons and equipment. When the elevator opens, it makes you explode with anger. I only see a few elevators across with men and women paired together. Why the hell am I still a single dog after all this time? Then I remember the few girls you took out before. You gave yourself 99 big holes in place. However, soon I saw a figure walking out of the elevator next to me. It turns out to be the kid who previously used child's urine to summon ghosts. At this time, several other pairs of men and women have already started their eyelashes. Clearly looks down on you and the child. However, you know that the little boy is a powerful tool for driving away ghosts. But then the little boy squeezed for 2.5 minutes. Not a drop of urine at all. Remember, you almost wanted the little velociraptor to eat it. At that moment, a bold survivor stepped out of the crowd. Directly push open the apartment door and go in. But just as I entered, a sharp scream was heard. Then there was no more sound. Everyone was scared. But only you discovered that the task requirement is to deliver a letter to a ghost. Where is the cat's meow letter? While the elevator hasn't closed yet, hurry up and offer a gold coin as a reward in the chat room. Post to ask if there are any other brothers who have entered this floor. How to clear the level? Someone replied to me very quickly. He was transmitted in before. I was lucky to have survived. There is only one letter. And on the top floor of the apartment. The ghost is on the first floor. The danger lies in having to go up to the top floor to get the letter. Go down to the first floor to deliver to each other. And the middle floors are filled with all kinds of strange things. There's a slit with black stockings. Lonely hazelnut. JK outfits pen fairy. Then you fell silent. Only one letter means only one group of people can survive. The problem is that there are no children. However, it is just that one has infinite things to go to. Then there were 2 big buckets full. A little child goes gurgling. Then rushed in through the big door with the child. As soon as I walked in, I saw a body of various shapes on the stairs. The monster pieced together. You are shocked. This is not the group. Damn it. How could the monsters from the future appear here? Just at this moment, several other people also entered the gate. You and the little kid brother are walking at the corner. After the group of waiting was drawn away by the movements of other survivors. You used the child's urine to go all the way to the 5th floor. No matter how terrifying and strange it is, the president's cannon blasts a mighty righteous spirit across. Give the child a big smile with teeth showing. Completely unaware that a bunch of survivors have already died downstairs. Arrived at the top floor. There is a safe in the spacious presidential suite. It seems that the letter is inside. The kid brother got anxious directly. Time is running out. There are countless possibilities for the secret code. My urine is about to finish. I can't hold on any longer. However, at this moment, you pulled out a submachine gun. Directly give the safe a squeeze. Instantly destroyed the password lock. Then you took out the letter inside and started reading it. Then you are a bit shocked. Just before you could speak, the letter was snatched away by the little brother. You shout while chasing. Never send the letter to the female ghost. But he doesn't listen at all. Used child's urine as a water gun to kill all the way back to the 1st floor. Shocking discovery that all the other survivors are dead. And you saw a woman at the door. It is obvious that he is the target of this mission. At this moment, the little boy has already placed the letter in the paper person's hand. After receiving the letter, the paper man slowly disappeared. The big gate also opened accordingly. You took a breath. I don't know whether what's coming next is a blessing or a burden for the little kid. Task completed. The elevator door immediately opened. The child also returned to their own elevator. Carefully came and made a face shell. The next second he was so scared that he wet himself. The woman from earlier suddenly appeared in his elevator at some unknown time. According to reason, the elevator is an absolute safe zone. The paper person will definitely die if they come in, but he actually has nothing to do. Instead, he took out the letter and handed it to the little boy. He took a look when he brought it over. Instantly dumbfounded. This is a damn love letter. The content inside immediately made the little boy's face turn red. You, who already knew everything, revealed a gloating smile. In the sound of the child's crying, the elevator door slowly closes. After this transmission, the chat room completely exploded. Everyone is frantically complaining about how dangerous the floors are. Only you silently pressed the upgrade button. As the elevator shakes, the pattern has undergone a huge change. The positions of the toilet and the bed are separated. Then another workbench appeared. There is an additional screen above the workbench. The methods of making many items are recorded above. The most important thing is that you can also repair firearms. You are staring blankly at the workbench in front of you. And at this time, the screen shows that you need to perfectly pass through 4 floors to upgrade the elevator again. My mom, this is too difficult, right? Next, you slept while holding the little velociraptor. It quickly reached 12 o'clock the next day. The elevator starts to randomly transmit floor screens. Jump out another line of text again. There is a superb succubus on the floor we are about to enter. Please satisfy any of her requests. The succubus will give you magical rewards. And this succubus is easy for newcomers to deal with. You immediately became interested. Succubus, isn't this challenging my weak spot? Very soon, the elevator slowly comes to a stop. Open the door. A dimly lit room appeared in front of me. And there is a vague silhouette of a person on the bed. It seems there is still 1 hour later. You just walked out. The elevator disappeared in an instant. Only complete the task. The elevator will appear again. You slowly walk forward. A woman with wings and a heart-shaped tail is sitting by the bed. Hello, humanity. My name is Lilith. The sister's voice instantly makes your whole body tingle. Then it's still a floor level. The sound is just so exciting. And Lilith is sizing you up from head to toe. Very handsome in appearance. And it looks very strong. I really like it. At this moment, the succubus can't wait to communicate with you. Then asked, humanity, am I beautiful? After listening, you criticized sharply. I am really impressed. Is this layer a survival game or a welfare game? Calculate the time. The elevator will appear in 50 minutes. In other words, I have to deal with it for 50 minutes in front of my sister. At this moment, the succubus keeps urging humans. What are you still doing there in a daze? So you quickly walked over. Next, 100,000 words are omitted. Skip 50 minutes. After the elevator appeared, you also successfully completed the task. And also received the necklace that Lilith gave you. It is said to bring you good luck. Fiddled around for a while. You are really exhausted. Entered the kitchen to make a meal. After eating, you just lay on the bed and fell asleep. After waking up, you glanced at the number of online people in the chat room, which had already plummeted to 2 billion. It seems that the death rate for elevator survival is getting higher and higher. The elevator vibrates again at this moment. At the same time, the screen lights up. The upcoming floor is the classroom floor. Cannot refuse. Entering this floor requires the host to attend class seriously. Actively answer the teacher's questions. Can leave the floor after class. This floor reward is, each time a teacher's question is answered, a reward of 2 gold coins. Attention! All the students and teachers seen on this floor are monsters. If the answer is incorrect, 1 organ will be removed. Very soon, the elevator opened and walked out. Shocked at the back. This is just the floor I randomly got for the first time. 2 masters are walking over from the opposite floor. I went to. Why is it you again with the little kid? It turns out it has been delivered to the floor time and time again. A good child is not just someone who is not looked at by everyone. On the contrary, it is because a letter is a love letter. He and a sister living a happy life is simply absurd. However, encountering the little brother on the strange floor is also considered a kind of luck. After all, his urine is still very reliable, and then you and the kid start exploring the classroom, which is different from the first time. There is an extra class schedule on the blackboard this time. Besides Chinese and mathematics, the remaining courses are extremely strange. Human laws imitate humans. Human living habits. I even saw how to eliminate human children, which almost scared me to pee. Is this ghost school specifically for studying humans? At this moment, you suddenly have a flash of inspiration. Then walked to the podium. Pull open the drawer. I really saw a machete inside. Exactly the same as the one I picked up before. Has this floor been reset? But just at this moment, the harsh ringing sound suddenly erupted. You 3 quickly found a place to sit down. Immediately after, many oddly shaped students walked into the classroom. And your desk mate turns out to be a little girl with only a mouth. Don't think about it. This eerie appearance must be strange. At this moment, the girl suddenly turned around. Hello there, new desk mate. My name is Lin Ku. You are holding back and not going back. Hello, my name is Xiao He. As soon as the words fell, a figure walked up to the podium. This teacher looks no different from a human. In this lesson, we learn how to blend into human hands. First, infiltrate human society. You need to have a human appearance. The male classmate behind did quite well. Not only has it become normal, also brought props. However, firearms are prohibited for civilians to carry in human society, so this student needs to pay attention in the future. In an instant, dozens of gazes are locked onto you. A remarkably ugly monster opened its mouth. The teacher seems like a human. I really want to eat him. The teacher just waved his hand. This precisely shows that this student is good at disguising. Everyone should learn from him. Alright, now let me see how well your camouflage skills practice is going. I will check them one by one in 5 minutes. Just as the words fell, your deskmate was wrapped in a wave of black gas. After a moment, the face has returned to normal. The features reappear. Ruddy complexion. Little brother he. How am I disguised? You nod your head with difficulty. Affirmation. This is ridiculous. If these monsters enter human society, where can it be distinguished? It will be 5 minutes soon. The teacher starts checking one by one. You finally know what that machete is for. It really is used to cut students. You really have to be bad. Every time the teacher comes to your side, reach out directly to touch your face. You look at the beautiful teacher in front of you. This is definitely not his true appearance. The true face is probably going to be pixelated. Very soon, you feel a pair of icy hands pinch your face. Then the teacher nodded. Very good. You can completely blend into the human world with how you look now. Finished speaking. The teacher looked at your deskmate Lincoln again. Suddenly the hand rises and the knife falls. Your heroic spirit is leaking. Failing. Bring your parents here tomorrow. Say it. He turned around and returned to the podium. Wrote on the blackboard with chalk. 7 years ago. Mom's age is 6 times that of her son. My son is 12 years old this year. How old is mom this year? Finished writing. He pointed heavily at this classmate. You come to answer. You were stunned. I thought it was a very difficult question. This isn't just an elementary school math problem. You directly answered that you are 37 years old. Correct answer rewards you with 2 gold coins. Then quickly wrote the next question. How to efficiently kill more humans. There is no fixed answer to this question. Students with ideas can speak directly. You are shocked. I'm going. How did the taste of this question suddenly increase so much? Very soon. A classmate can rise and infiltrate human society. Then find a place with a lot of people. Eat them all. After finishing speaking, he transformed back into his original form. It is a werewolf. But then I was slapped by the teacher. This one-time method is too crude. The next one is a ghost that speaks after. Can pretend to be a normal human. Then slowly hit the people around through supernatural means. The teacher shook his head. The efficiency is too low. Next one. At this moment, you have a sudden inspiration. The videotape recording the curse is definitely effective. Isn't this just Sister Sadako's move? Find a ghost to record it. Then copy a few more to spread on the internet. Give another reward. Inducing others to click. For example, being rewarded a few dollars for watching the entire video. This efficiency is so high. As expected, you have received praise from the teacher. The next thing to learn is what needs to be guarded against when entering human society. The teacher said sternly, like black goji berries, peachwood sword, lightning-struck wood, cinnabar and some other things. It will pose a fatal danger to everyone. Next, he asks a question. What else needs to be avoided? This time, the paper girl's sister was chosen. You think you won't speak up. The paper person's sister pointed at the child brother and said softly, his urine. Everyone was stunned after listening, then realized they all went into one person's. This little child is almost scared to pee. You glanced at the time countdown ending. The elevator reappeared in the classroom. You carry the child without saying a word and just run. And after a tremble, the little brother finally peed. The two safely returned to their respective elevators. The little boy silently pulled the paper doll's sister and turned to leave. Clearly, she went deep into the elevator to educate the paper person's sister. You are a little angry. Survivors are basically in pairs now. Even the little kid has it now. Paper doll sister. Why have we all clicked on it until now? Thinking of this, immediately practiced 1 hour of left and right fighting. Then lay down on the bed and fell asleep. The next day, you were awakened by the elevator screen. About to enter the trading floor. This floor is the peace floor. The elevator will be parked for 5 hours. You can trade with others on the floor. Please pay attention. Conflict erupted in the peace floor. There will be guards to control. After watching, you are brightened up. I go. It turns out to be the peace floor. Isn't this definitely a welfare bureau? When the elevator opens, the scene outside shocked you. Only see many people with different costumes outside. Modern, ancient armor. Even saw primitive people. I'm going to this floor, it's a bit interesting. Are these all people from different worlds? Then you walked out of the elevator. Soon was stopped by a person dressed in the style of the Republic of China. Little brother, I think the gun you're carrying on your back is quite interesting. I'll sell it to me for 2 gold coins. How about that? You frown. Sell to other survivors for more than 2 gold coins. Really treating me like a big fool. Decisively shook head to refuse. Then, when passing by a shop, you stopped your feet. All kinds of weapons are available, even you saw robots inside. Seeing it makes your mouth water. However, looking at the price again, you are confused. The robot actually wants 3,000 gold coins. This damn thing sold me but can't afford to buy me back. Just at this moment, the noise ahead caused a constant disturbance. I only see a few seemingly fighting over something. Even one person has collapsed and died. One that I did not intend. When I am in this place, I am the new one, right? You hurriedly asked what would happen if your brother caused trouble here. Just fine it. Starting from 100 gold coins. If you can't deliver, you will die. Scared, you hurriedly distanced yourself from this place. Afraid of being implicated, you took a stroll around. Bought some supplies for upgrading the elevator and some food and medicine. Discovered a hand at another position again. The prices are not expensive. 1 bullet, 3 gold coins. 1 gold coin for a magazine grenade. You grit your teeth and bought 9 magazines and 3 grenades. Back to the elevator. You clicked to upgrade the elevator. This time not only has the space tripled, and also an extra bathroom and a luxurious bedroom. You happily took a shower, then fell asleep holding the little velociraptor. The next day, a sound rang out. About to enter the end of the Ice Age. There are 30 snow monsters on this floor. Real name Plunderer. The Plunderers are humans with powerful weapons. Successfully obtained the floor treasure chest and killed all the raiders. Reward a Super Oxford 1. A frown. There are quite a few enemies. Another snow monster. Another predator. Fortunately, I just bought some equipment. Then you took all the weapons and equipment and walked out of the elevator. As soon as you stepped out, you were attracted by the sound of gunfire. Not far away, a group of snow monsters was attacking a house, and sparks were occasionally flying out from inside. You were surprised to see that the snow monsters were fighting with the raiders. This was a great opportunity for me. After about 10 minutes, you cautiously made your way to the back of the house. By this time, the snow monsters had been mostly cleared out. You seized the moment and threw a grenade directly into the house, and the raiders hadn't reacted yet. The grenade exploded and a few raiders rushed out the door. However, you were shot dead by you from behind with a cold gun. Fortunately, I bought grenades on the previous floor, otherwise, these armed marauders would really be difficult to deal with. Then you found the ability of this floor, and behind it were peculiar-looking pistols, which also thoughtfully came with a manual. To charge the pistol, hold down the trigger. The pistol will automatically absorb the ability from the air and can be fired with a mobile phone. Then depending on the time, this weapon should be used cautiously by the experimenter, and then you pulled the trigger towards the house. More than 10 seconds later, a huge beam of light emits, directly propelling you away with recoil. You stood up with a confused look on your face. The house in front of me is shattered into pieces. You feel a bit uncomfortable. The power of the gun is very impressive, but this recoil is too outrageous. Then, with your continuous attempts, finally determined the right time for myself. Although 5 seconds is a delayed launch, but it's still pretty good to save bullets. The elevator countdown has ended. You quickly stripped off the raider's bulletproof vest and thermal suit. Back to the elevator. You threw the bulletproof vest to the materials. The thermal outfit has been placed into the trading system. This thing definitely has a lot of people who will. The elevator temperature is very low now. There are still quite a few people who haven't unlocked the closing, now still relying on a difficult life to get by. How could it be that I am almost collecting presidential suites? You, who are free and have nothing to do, have come to the workbench. Take a look at the synthesis list on the screen. There are fitness pills inside. Leather backpack. The method of making a bow and arrow. Glanced at one's own supplies. Only gathered the materials to make bows and arrows. So you fiddled for half an hour. Finally made a bow and a pile of swordsmen. At this moment, the prompt sounded. Congratulations on becoming the first survivor to create an item using the workbench. Reward item attributes hit the target every time. You are angry. I go. There's actually such a thing. I should have known that the guns I made and the cannons would be so good. What is the use of this attribute for the bow? You were so angry that you practiced left and right fighting for 1 hour directly. Then fell asleep immediately. It soon reached 12 o'clock. The elevator delivers on time. The elevator screen lights up again at this moment. About to enter the prairie floor. There are 5 cows on this floor. 30 indigenous people. Use cold weapons to kill all enemies on this floor. Reward for proficiency in cold weapons. After watching you, I was stunned. The last time I bought grenades, I let them kill the raider. This time, just after finishing the perfect bow and arrow, let me use cold weapons. Could it be that I am truly the child of destiny? But soon you will fix your gaze on a necklace. This is the lucky necklace given to you by Lilith after you spent 50 minutes clearing the succubus floor. Is it because of this necklace? Thinking of this, can't wait to go to the succubus floor again. Communicate well with Lilith. But just at this moment, the elevator door opens. You didn't have time to think much before you walked out. Quickly encountered the soil here. After discovering, they all took up machetes, spear and other weapons. Go for it. You directly grabbed 10 arrows and shot them out. According to the attribute description, hit the target every time within 400 meters. But he didn't say you can only eat one. If this idea is known by the elevator, definitely full of question marks. You are here with me like a card helping you. A cow was found in their yard, but in the elevator, I always made some first layer. Leave behind a 1-acre enclosure. The remaining slices have been uploaded to the trading system. The chat channel immediately exploded. I went to the big place and traded so much beef. but I really want to know what the big shot has experienced. I also want the floor. This wave directly allows you to harvest 20 gold coins. Time quickly came to the next day. The floor you are about to enter is a corrupt slaughterhouse. There are 3 other survivors and 1 butcher on this floor. The survivor needs to find the key to open the main door and escape the slaughterhouse before the elevator doors close. Each key can evacuate 1 person. The key is only 300 meters. Attention! The butcher on this floor is not invincible, but can only use the host's gun to kill. Later task rewards prohibit behind. Now there are still 1 or 2 that will enter stealth mode. Moving again will withdraw the stealth status. After watching, your eyes light up. What the hell? It turns out to be an invisibility ability. This is so awesome. As soon as the words fell, you were pushed out of the elevator by a force. Not long after, you meet with the other 3 people. 3 men and 1 woman are full of vigilance in their eyes. At this moment, a figure appeared not far away. At the same time, the chainsaw in hand was also buzzing. Nothing unexpected. This is the butcher. You raised your wrist to look at the map above. Find a way to get the shotgun. Thinking of this, hurriedly left. The other 3 people saw this, also starting to disperse and search. A few minutes later, you have arrived in a room filled with the bodies of cattle and sheep. The smell drifting in the air almost made you throw up. Suppressing the nausea, I began to search for a shotgun. But you looked for a long time and still couldn't find where the damn shotgun is hidden. But just at this moment, the sound of a chainsaw came from outside the door. You are startled in your heart. I go. Why did the butcher come to find me directly? Scared, you hurriedly left the room. The butcher said nothing. Come up with a chainsaw. Fortunately, you reacted quickly, evaded it. At the same time, secretly thought, fortunately, I often exercise in the elevator during the day. Otherwise, this will be over. Immediately following, the butcher attacks you again. Scared, you turned around and ran. Can run while running. At this moment, there is a haystack in front of you. There's also a tractor beside. You hid in the haystack for a while. The butcher has really disappeared. You immediately breathed a sigh of relief. Start exploring again. And at this moment, the butcher is chasing after. But at this time, there is a hidden rule. And the glasses-wearing man thought he was the son of fortune. However, I didn't expect to be hit by the butcher as soon as I got the key. Then, like garbage, it was thrown into the slaughterhouse by the butcher. The key that escaped is still in the pocket of the glasses man. There are still 3 people left on this floor. If choosing to cooperate, then this floor can be directly finished. However, the yellow-haired girl and the muscular man both want to swallow everyone's supplies. So cooperation is absolutely impossible. And you returned again to the electronic map on your wrist during the slaughter, showing that the key was on the glasses-wearing man. However, you did not go to get it. Instead, I started searching again. According to reason, the gun should be right here. Otherwise, the butcher wouldn't have come to chase me so quickly the first time. Definitely missed something. The other side. The yellow-haired girl and the muscular man found the key at the same time, just when they were excitedly preparing to escape, only to find that the butcher had already blocked the front door. The muscular man suddenly came up with a plan, turned to the blonde girl and said, "Don't be nervous. How about we cooperate? Now there are only 3 people alive. The other guy doesn't know where he is either. Why is there a key now? Why escape together? Only 1 person is left. When the time comes, we can also split the supplies evenly. Very fair." The girl with yellow hair thought for a moment, then nodded in agreement. The muscular man patted the blonde girl's shoulder, said, "In order to show sincerity, I'll draw away the butcher." After speaking, he turned around and ran past the butcher. But the butcher turns a blind eye. Instead, I chased after the girl with yellow hair. The yellow-haired girl is confused. Why is the butcher targeting me? After speaking, he turned around and ran. And the muscle man, who was already close to being slaughtered, sneered coldly in his heart. Fortunately, I am clever. When I just patted him on the shoulder, I hid the key on him. Next, just take the keys from the glasses-wearing man. I can definitely escape from here. But he doesn't know. At this moment, you have pulled a gun out of the belly of a dead cow. Immediately attracted by the noise outside the door, the muscular man spoke with some caution. "Brother, how about we cooperate?" As soon as the words fell, "Just got shot by you with 1 shot. You disdainfully smile. You damn took the key and left. I really might not shoot. But you insist on adding drama to yourself. At a glance, it's obvious that you didn't hold in your fart well. Then you go out and quietly wait for the butcher. A figure in the distance is rushing towards you. You raise your hand and it's a shot. After the butcher's death, the shotgun also slowly disappears. You have become the ultimate victor of this floor. Then move the supplies of the 3 people into their own elevator. Besides the materials for upgrading the elevator, also receive 20 cans of meat, 15 bottles of water. There is a chocolate. You chuckle with a smile. Still, the expert brings the goods quickly, and then I tried the invisibility ability again. After it was turned on, I really became invisible. This thing is not bad. If it could move, it would be even better after the freshness wears off. You choose to upgrade the elevator. This time there is an extra piece of farmland and a fish pond. When you furrow your brow, this damn thing is making me retire in the elevator. It seems I need to pay attention to the seeds and fish fry on the next floor. Soon, I arrived at the 2nd floor, and the elevator started again. Afterwards, I will enter the floor and the abnormal floors. Then, I will maintain my sanity on the floor and look for an exit. You may encounter aggressive creatures, but as long as you remain rational, there won't be any major issues. You found an exit. You can choose whether to return to the elevator. The more exits found, the rewards are richer. This floor cannot be refused. Do not carry any items inside. You are pushed out of the elevator by a force again. This is a gloomy space that makes you feel a bit oppressive, but you still endure the discomfort and walk forward, and after walking for more than an hour, there is no change at all around. You frowned. Why does it feel like I've fallen into a dead loop? Then you tore a piece off yourself and stuck it on the wall. This time you still walked straight ahead, but 10 minutes later you looked at the fabric in front of you and calmed down. I was definitely walking in a straight line, but why did I still encounter the markers I had placed down? Not believing in evil, you changed direction again, but a few minutes later you were desperate. I won't be trapped here forever. But just then, a line of text appeared on the wall. If you are trapped here, please follow the arrows. He will take you away, and you will be stunned. What situation? Clearly, these words weren't there just now. However, it's better than being unchanging. Then you grit your teeth and walk in the direction of the arrow, but after a while, you find 2 lines of text. Please do not follow the arrow. He is deceiving you. Please continue to follow the arrow forward. You will find the exit. You're fierce. At one moment, I don't know which one to believe. But if you follow the arrow, there is still a 50% chance of finding the exit. If you don't leave, I'm afraid I will never find a way out. Thinking of this, prepare to go out and walk forward. Encountered a red balloon. However, you carefully went around. A few lines of text appeared ahead. A person who lets you take a balloon. Another one that you shouldn't touch and go out. You turn around instantly. This balloon is somewhat better left untouched. But you still have a wooden door ahead. You took a breath. I opened the door and went out. After coming out, I saw the elevator. There is also a 10-second countdown on the elevator. Let you choose whether to go back or not. You thought for a moment and then returned to the elevator. This floor is too strange. Although the reward is very tempting. But still, life is more important. Then you made a big meal. Comforting oneself. Instantly arrive at 222 points. The floor you are about to enter is the prairie. There are some herbivores in the center of the floor with a freshwater lake. You are suddenly enlightened. Finally randomly selected a safe floor. Now my fields and fish ponds finally have a place to be useful. After the elevator doors open, you walked out of the elevator with the little velociraptor. The little velociraptor going out for the first time is unusually excited. You waved your hand. Go ahead. Play casually. Play however you want. Immediately after, the small velociraptor started with a leap. With a whoosh, it disappeared without a trace. And you built to aim at 3 sheep. Haha. This cold weapon mastery is really impressive. On the other side, the little velociraptor also captured a few sheep. The demon Bao is howling at you. You smiled and patted his head to give affirmation. Then he took him to a room. There are many fish inside. The little velociraptor plunged down in one go. You were taken aback. I go. Dinosaurs can also swim. However, you didn't care that much. Instead, return to the elevator. Latte ran to the lakeside again and filled a big bucket with fish fry. Put the fish fry into the back of your own pond. Hee hee for a moment. After this, there is no need to worry about food. Immediately return to the lakeside to handle the sheep. Light the bonfire and the little velociraptor has come for a barbecue feast. Countdown ended. You happily returned to the elevator. Unfortunately, this floor doesn't have vegetables or anything like that. Otherwise, it would be too perfect. Then you click to upgrade the elevator. This time there is an extra television in the bedroom. A line of text appears on top after opening. 1 gold coin can watch a day's worth of TV programs. Program is played randomly. You suddenly became dumbfounded. This is also fine. That's too much. However, I have plenty of gold coins now. Enjoy it first. After throwing a gold coin in, the TV lights up again. You are completely angry this time. I spent a gold coin, damn it. Put this for me. Just wanted to turn it off. However, I found that the small velociraptor was watching with great interest. Forget it. All the flowers have bloomed. Just let him see enough. After leaving the room, you check the chat room. Someone can almost add friends and send messages. Some people also say that they can see the levels of other survivors. However, the average level of survivors is currently between level 6 and level 7. The one who can lift the elevator to the 12th level is probably just me. Just at this moment, someone is asking for medicine in the chat room. Say he has a fever. Burning fiercely. You click on the avatar and take a look. My mom is indeed very fierce. Then you remember the thing that was used on you before. The girl you took down indeed has a fever-reducing medicine on her. You are decisively going to hang on the trading system. Price, 50 gold coins. It was bought away in no time. You are stunned. It seems that this woman is not showing off, and really have a fever. That's not right. I remember that the trading floor has this kind of medicine for sale. Could it be that not everyone has been to the trading floor? This is just too unlucky. At this moment, I remembered that there is a health tonic recipe on the workbench. Hurrying over to take a look, found that 50 grams of licorice is needed. 100-year-old ginseng and a reishi mushroom. You are a bit shocked. What the hell? Such a precious medicinal material. What function does making a pill have? It won't be Lu Wei Di Huang Wan, right? With curiosity, you click on an item. It is written above that after taking one pill. Decisive, speed, agility adds a little bit, and simultaneously open the personal panel. You criticized fiercely. Why are online game attributes still coming out? This says that we have to collect materials to try making it. Time quickly arrived at the second day. The upcoming floor is a team competitive game. There are a total of 10 survivors on this floor, divided into 2 teams, police and bandits. 5 survivors per team. The police camp needs to stop the bandit camp from planting bombs. The bandits camp needs to detonate the bomb within the specified time. Deaths during the game are not counted, but the defeated side will be completely erased. Items are not allowed on this floor. Weapons and equipment can be purchased during preparation time. Rewards will be settled through a lottery after the game ends. After watching, you rubbed your eyes. If I understand correctly, this is really interesting in CS. After speaking, you walked out of the elevator. Just as I went out, I saw 4 people coming towards me. One person was exceptionally shocked. Is Xiao He you, little he? Over the morning. Chinan, how come you are here? This person is your dormitory friend. Not only young and wealthy, and usually takes good care of you. I didn't expect that he was also brought to this world. After the 2 of you had a conversation, you learned that he has already raised the elevator to the 7th level, considered to be among the higher group of people. At this moment, the prompt sounds. The game begins. You are assigning bandit justice. Preparation time 5 minutes. A white light flashed by quickly. You appear in a place filled with yellow sand. You and Chinan are in perfect agreement. I go to the desert too. The other 3 people are a bit confused. What desert 2 CS? Have you not played before? Several people are shaking their heads. You chuckled with a smile. This is a classic map of the shooting game. We are very familiar with each other. Next, I will command a few people to see you nodding in full agreement. You will soon finish buying firearms. You have also arranged the tactics. Then, Chinan took 2 people to the location to make noise first. And you will have 1 person ambush at the camp gate. After a few explosions, the other side is anxious. Come quickly. They went bankrupt. Listen to the sound. There are many people. Come quickly to support. Immediately following, you then heard the sound of footsteps coming from a door. Then 2 figures quickly walked out. You hiding behind the door, Zia, is just a bullet. Directly take down the 2 of them. And on the Chinan side, after each side lost 1 person, they quickly retreated. Then rushed to a big pit to ambush. At this point, you have successfully planted the bomb. Just happened to run into the team coming from the small path. Both sides opened fire directly. However, in the case of 2 against 1, the other party was quickly dealt with. The last person quietly came to the building, directly killed by the old 6th, Chinan. Until now, you 5 have achieved a great victory. Everyone randomly received the elevator supplies of the other person. You and Chinan said goodbye and parted ways after adding each other as friends. Back to the elevator. You opened the supply box. Besides the materials for upgrading the elevator inside, there is still a desert eagle, a bag of rice, a shotgun, a few bottles of ha. Even saw a pink pair of underwear from inside. You recorded this damn poor cat and that's that. Why has it become perverted again? Then all the useless materials were dumped into the trading system. At this time, Chinan sent you a message. Little he, do you lack food? I found a pile of food in that person's supply box. You replied very quickly, not lacking, keep it for yourself to eat. However, Chinan sent a shocked expression. I go, how did you level up to level 12, you guy? That's too exaggerated. You chuckled. It's all luck. After chatting with Chinan for a few sentences, you practiced left and right fighting for another hour. Then lay down on the bed and fell asleep. The next day, you were awakened, about to enter the primitive era. This building once had a primitive tribe. Their threat level is relatively weak, relatively friendly, also has a large number of wild animals. Please help the host tribe store food for the winter. You are suddenly enlightened. It turns out to be the primitive era. If there are any living spirit mushrooms inside, isn't it developed? A rectangular object appeared in the elevator immediately after. Take a look. There is a line introducing the language translator above. Can automatically convert all human languages. After the task is completed, this item will be saved forever. What the hell? Is this reward really that awesome? After the elevator opens, you walked out with the little velociraptor. After going out, the little velociraptor rolled around like a silly fool. And you secretly think that the task is to help the primitive tribe store food for the winter. But I'm looking for that tribe from inside. At this moment, the little velociraptor looked fiercely towards the distance. Seeing this, you quickly took out your gun, and the small velociraptor stepped forward to block you from behind. You were suddenly moved. I didn't raise this dragon for nothing. At this moment, a roar came from ahead. Immediately after, a giant beast rushed out. I go. This is a saber-toothed tiger. The little velociraptor roared back, unwilling to show weakness. Then he got into a scuffle with the saber-toothed tiger. Only the little velociraptor is too weak. Before long, I was pinned down by the saber-toothed tiger. He saw this and immediately gave the saber-toothed tiger a burst. He only walked over after confirming that the saber-toothed tiger was completely dead. Little did they know that this scene was being fully observed by a wild man hidden behind a tree. He ran back to the tribe in a panic. The chieftain, there is something very strange outside. It can launch a death, then kill the sword tiger. Then let's go take a look at what is long and fast. Then a group of armed warriors was summoned to come out. The department will soon see you cutting the sword tiger not far away. The little velociraptor roared after seeing the newcomer. The chieftain was taken aback. What is this? Startled. Why is there not even a hair to keep warm? At this moment, you also turn to look at them. Is this the primitive man? The clothes and weapons are too simple. No wonder the task is to help them store food for the winter. You tried to say hello to them. Sure enough, the chief understood. We come from the Sun and Moon tribe. This is also the hunting area of the Sun and Moon tribe. Which tribe are you from? You thought for a moment. I don't have a tribe. A lone ranger who likes to wander around. The chief was a bit shocked. Then you must be very welcome to come to our tribe to rest for a while. Then you followed Chong Chong to their base. The saber-toothed tiger naturally then gives them. Then they happily entered the cave with the bonfire inside. A few women are sewing animal skins. After some understanding, you learn that they are always undernourished every winter. Even the elderly and children may freeze to death or starve to death. You secretly sigh in your heart. This is too miserable. Immediately following, the chief has prepared a bonfire dinner to entertain you. After having enough food and drink, you made an inquiry. Chieftain, do you have enough food for your tribe to get through the winter? The chief immediately shook his head and sighed. See this. You wave your hand grandly. Go. Take me to the place with the most animals. Very soon, a group of people arrived at the nearby grassland. A herd of mammoths has appeared ahead. You think to yourself, if we kill a few of these, it should be enough to get through the winter. Thinking of this, draw your gun and fire. Directly carry away a mammoth. Then several mammoths angrily charged at you, but more were scared away by the gunfire, and the few that charged over were quickly taken care of by you. Seeing this scene, the tribal warriors who followed all knelt down. They all regarded you as the divine chieftain and offered the most precious treasure of the tribe. You take a look. It is a century-old ginseng. Your eyes light up. What the hell? This trip came too late. The elevator countdown has ended. You hurriedly said goodbye to them, then took the little velociraptor back to the elevator. Also casually posted a request for purchasing licorice and reishi mushroom on the World Channel. I hope some survivors have picked it up before. At this moment, Cheenan sent you a message. Then it seems you have been poisoned. You hurriedly inquire about the situation. It turns out that Cheenan was taken advantage of by a survivor. The other party is together. Snake Venom Brothers. I feel like I can't go on anymore. You must live well. You did not pay attention to him. Instead, I quickly started rummaging through the cabinet. You remember that you received an antidote as a reward for a previous task. I just thought it was useless at the time, just casually threw it into the cabinet. A few seconds later, finally found by you. Then hurriedly put the detoxification pill on the trading system. At this moment, Cheen An's face has turned dark, just about to fight. After receiving your message, stubbornly bought the antidote, just finished eating and then fainted. Very soon, more than an hour has passed. Cheenan opened his eyes again. I am still alive. That's great. After learning that Cheenan is safe and sound, you happily practiced 2 hours of left-right combat, then fell asleep immediately. The next morning, the elevator announcement sound is heard. Request to change survival difficulty. Temperature rises. The elevator speed time extended to 5 hours. Return elevator limit cancellation. Some floors may have floor injuries. You can use gold coins to trade with him. You can also rob and hurt people. The premise is that you have enough strength, and after robbing and injuring, you cannot encounter harm in a short period of time. The chat room exploded for a moment. Great. Not only has the temperature warmed up, also lifted the restrictions on returning to the elevator. I think it's better not to be too happy too early. The quality of the elevator shaft is good. Later might just be high temperature. My god. If the temperature of this elevator is too high, that would become a sauna room. You also frown secretly. I don't know if upgrading the elevator again will reward an air conditioner. If there is no, may be uncomfortable. It's almost 12 o'clock. The elevator starts to shake violently. The upcoming floor is the prehistoric world. This floor has a large number of organisms. The risk factor is relatively high, but the central volcano has an important prop for upgrading the elevator. The black key was taken aback. This is not the little velociraptor's home. Why did I randomly end up on this floor again? The elevator door opens quickly. You walked out of the elevator with the little velociraptor. Not long after I just went out, I encountered a giant python that was as tall as a person. After seeing the little velociraptor, the python's eyes are shining. He has eaten this thing. Then a good little dragon with a wide blood basin mouth caught it in time. Aren't you shocked that you fired a whole magazine of bullets and didn't even penetrate the python's skin? What the hell? What is there to play with? At this moment, the python has already bitten towards you. In a critical moment, you had a flash of inspiration. Immediately followed by a loud noise. The python's head exploded instantly. You suddenly breathed a sigh of relief. This floor is still too dangerous for me right now. Continue forward. You encountered a brain as big as a head again. Fortunately, you solved everything with the desert eagle. 20 minutes later, you have finally arrived at the foot of the volcano. Finally found the obsidian that I've been thinking about. You stepped forward and tried. Found that it can't be pulled out at all. Just at this moment, a sound rang out. It seems you need a draft. This sentence almost scared you to pee. Immediately took it out and was about to fire. You waved your hand anxiously. Don't shoot. I am on the floor. You can see that my luck is pretty good. This thing just came out, and at this moment everyone pulls out a knife. how is it? This manuscript only needs 50 gold coins. You twitch at the corner of your mouth. I'll go, why aren't you going to rob? You opened. I want to know what you need this broken brain for. Talk about you. You pulled out a handgun, opened a mouth towards the black key not far away, accompanied by the sound of an explosion. The black keys were instantly smashed into pieces. You happily collect it. The merchants who went down this time were a bit surprised. Humanity. Please wait a moment. I still have something here. While speaking, he took out a bottle of potion from the box. This is a strength potion. Drinking it can enhance your strength. Only 10 gold coins. You suddenly became interested. How many of this thing do you have? The merchant was immediately overjoyed. I brought a total of 3 bottles of strength potion. 2 bottles of agility potion. If you want everything, it only costs 45 gold coins. After a round of haggling, finally confirmed 5 bottles of potion. 25 gold coins. Then you prepare to return to the elevator to get the gold coins. On the way, I encountered a herbivorous dinosaur again. You didn't waste a bullet and sent them away directly. After moving all the obsidian and dinosaurs back to the elevator, you hurriedly found the merchant again with gold coins. After the transaction is completed, the prompt sounds, ding. You have gained the favor of the floor merchant. The higher the favorability, the better the items sold by the merchant. You are suddenly enlightened. I originally wanted to rob him. Fortunately, I didn't do that. Then asked the merchant what other warehouses there were. This time the merchant directly opened the box for display. Most of it is food and water. Also some medicines and tools, etc. But your gaze is attracted by something. What the heck? Isn't this damn thing a red racer mushroom? Another round of bargaining. Finally sold for 3 gold coins. Now we just need licorice to synthesize the health-enhancing elixir. The countdown will end soon. You return to the elevator. Then sent a message to Cheenan. Talked about the merchant's favorability on the floor. Cheenan quickly recovered. What the hell? Can I say that I have already robbed? After watching you, I was speechless. Can only remind him not to grab next time. Then took out the potion bought from the merchant. After drinking it all, the little velociraptor is indeed not sleepy. Simply got up to take a look at the world channel. Someone is talking. The elevator is already at 35 degrees. And it is still slowly growing. Some people say he finished 3 days worth of water in one meal. What's even more ridiculous is that someone bought an ice maker from the floor merchant. It turns out that this thing needs to be powered on to work. My mom. This kid probably overheated the CPU. However, you suddenly realize that you have unlimited water resources. Isn't this quite developed? Then you hung a few buckets of water behind the trading system. You feel a bit uncomfortable. Hatred for not having soil. Otherwise, this wave could win big. It quickly became 12 o'clock. About to enter the wasteland floor. There are some zombies and a small number of mutated zombies active within this floor range. And there is an unopened airdrop supply box on the floor. After the elevator door opens, you walked out fully armed. As soon as I went out, I saw a few zombies lying on the ground. You are somewhat shocked. Isn't this the first time I've entered the wasteland floor by myself? Then ran to the window to go out. Just a few zombies are wandering above. And then you revealed their past. Did not expect to attract more zombies. Among them are mixed a few mutated zombies. You fiercely criticized these special cats, which are just some zombies in the elevator. But this is just too much. At least there are several hundred. However, you notice a discarded zombie in the distance. Run in and lock the zombies outside the iron fence. Enter the factory interior. You killed a few more zombies again. Finally found the airdrop supply box in the underground parking lot. But there is actually a disgusting monster behind the box. After the guard saw you, he suddenly pounced towards you. Fortunately, you blocked it in time. Then gave him a magazine. But he did not kill him, he pounced at you again. You turn around and run. However, while running, he took out the charging pistol. After 5 seconds, a huge energy is emitted. Directly blew half of the mutated monster's body away, and you immediately breathed a sigh of relief. Then you had some free time. The pistol is not my survivor and will be taken out in seconds. Then you went back and opened the supply box. A large amount of materials for upgrading elevators was found inside. You excitedly moved all the boxes back to the materials. Immediately clicked on the upgrade elevator. This time the elevator has undergone tremendous changes. Not only are there more sofas and a human-powered generator, and the iron walls around the elevator are gradually becoming transparent. Looking at the beautiful scenery outside with birds singing and flowers fragrant, you rubbed your eyes in disbelief. But after reaching out to touch it, I realized it was a display screen. The prompt sounds at this time. Ding! Congratulations to the survivor for successfully reaching level 13. After completing the survival floor, you can return to Blue Star for 7 days. You are shocked. What the hell? Unexpectedly able to return to Blue Star. If only I could find a way to escape the elevator. Just at this moment, a coin appears in the elevator. You know this is the resurrection coin for the upgrade reward. I suddenly remembered seeing this thing in the synthesis panel at the workbench before. So you hurried over. One search really has. You've never even heard of the materials needed. You sighed. Forget it. In the future, if I'm lucky, I might run into you. Searched for wood again here. This thing is very simple to make. Just need wood and rope. Then you made dozens of wooden pieces in one go. You take everything into the bathroom. Just after arriving at the trading system, you laugh a little. This is wireless resources, but clean and hygienic. This is going to get rich. After finishing these, you looked at the human-powered generator. You charge in advance. Just treat it as today's exercise. You rode a bicycle for 2 hours. Exhausted and sweating profusely. After taking a shower, I fell asleep holding the little velociraptor. It soon reached 12 o'clock. Entering the floor soon. The conditions for leaving the floor are that I do not bring any items. Clearly, after being able to finish in the basement of the building, I can return to Blue Star. As soon as the words fell, you feel a chill in your body. You became angry in an instant. Survival is survival. Why the hell are you messing with my clothes? You will soon have power released here behind you. After coming out of the elevator, you find yourself in the middle of an island. In order to understand the situation of this island, you walked around the island. Found quite a few useful things. Several glass bottles, more than 10 plastic bottles, some nails, a tin can, a pack of fishing line, some torn clothes, and you also found a piece of coconut. The biggest problem now is freshwater resources. Thinking of this, dressed well, came to the coconut grove, then climbed up a coconut tree. After just a few minutes, more than 10 coconuts were obtained. You chuckled. The problem of food and water was solved in such a short time. But eating coconut for a long time is definitely not good. I still need to find something else. While it's still early in the day, you explored the island for a while again. Found some dead branches in a grove. There is also a pile of stones. Picked up a relatively sharp stone and weighed it in hand. This time the problem of life has also been solved. Simply perfect. Back to the coconut grove. The fire soon blazed up. Then began to eat a coconut feast. After eating, you frowned. This broken thing is not tasty at all. Still need to do something else. After eating well, you stabbed a wooden stick with a knife. Then hurriedly arrived at the seaside. He plunged down all of a sudden. The resources in the sea are indeed abundant, but you haven't even gotten the hair right with a stick. In the later childhood, I caught 2 fish. Your mouth corner twitches. This efficiency is too low. It seems that we need to find a way to make a fishing trap. And then you return to the sea to catch some crabs and sea snails. This has returned to its own base camp. After the zombies have all been dealt with, you will begin to study the system of traps after several minutes. You made a fish dragon with fishing line and tin, and by this time the seafood was already grilled. After eating, you took the fish dragon back to the seaside. This time, you submerged it underwater and placed the fish dragon properly, then returned to the base and lay down on a big rock to sleep. The next morning, you made a plan for yourself. Check the trap. Searching for freshwater. Build a tent for yourself. First, let's go into the sea and take a look. 6 small fish have already been caught in the trap. Now there's no need to worry about breakfast. Bring back to the camp quickly. Boiled it in the coconut. After finishing the meal, you continue to explore the center of the island. Traces of animal survival were found in an old forest. You were taken aback. It seems we need to make a trap for catching animals. If I could catch a wild boar, wouldn't that be awesome? Looking back at the road I've traveled, it's not too far. So return to the camp to start making traps. Soon made a wooden animal trap. Then old Lin continued to probe forward after finishing the installation. A large piece of torn cloth was discovered shortly afterward. Only a jade green snake is wandering behind. You chuckled with a hee-hee. It seems that we can have extra food tonight. Then he picked up a wooden stick and started to wrestle with the green snake. A few minutes later, you take him down in one go. Glanced at the sun. It is already noon. You simply return to the camp with the snake and the rag. Handle the snake properly. The rear rack starts to eat on the fire. Immediately after that, you took some branches. After a series of operations, finally made a tent. Although it will still leak air, but it's still better than sleeping on a rock. Finish lunch. You continue to set off. But even after an afternoon, no freshwater resources were found. However, it was like picking up a bunch of mushrooms. Fell asleep immediately after eating the mushrooms. Then you had a dream where you encountered a big fish. Just when you were about to hit him, he suddenly turned into a fish. The fish didn't say anything and just tied you up. No matter what is said, I want to enter the bridal chamber with you. Immediately woke up in fright. Mada. It seems that this wild gentleman really cannot be eaten casually. The next day, you first found 8 or 9 fish in the fish dragon. A wild chicken was found again in the animal trap. You immediately got excited. If we were to keep them in captivity, no need to worry about food in the future. Next, we just need fresh water. But in the next day or two, you won't find any freshwater resources. You got so angry that you ate a meal of mushrooms again. Because there is everything in dreams. Time quickly arrived at the second day. This time you changed direction to explore. Finally discovered water on a rock wall. The resources are finally gathered together. Then you took out the water bottle and filled it with 5 bottles of water. On the way back to the camp, we encountered a little deer again. You didn't waste it either. After a lot of trouble, soon we'll take down the little deer. Return to the camp and cut it well. Enjoyed a delicious barbecue feast happily. Thinking secretly in my heart, if living like this continues, it's not bad. At least I don't have to face terrifying monsters. Just at this moment, the sky dropped an elevator. At the same time, a prompt sound is heard. Ding! Congratulations to the survivors for completing the survival mission. Please return to the elevator immediately. You suddenly sighed. This has just been a few days of peace. Once again, it's time to be anxious. After returning to the elevator, the little velociraptor immediately ran over and had a meal. You feel somewhat comforted. This dragon is really worth raising. Then took out the remaining roasted deer meat and handed it to him. Looked at the transaction attraction again. Found that all the water that was hung up before has been sold out. Directly let you earn dozens of gold coins. This is much faster than robbing. Thinking of this, ran back to the workbench to make dozens of wooden pieces. Then take it all and fill the toilet water and hang it on the trading system. You chuckled. This really makes it hard not to get rich. Suddenly thought that the walls of my elevator could change styles. Decisively pressed the play button. But in the next moment, your nose suddenly sprays. The little velociraptor ran over upon hearing the sound. But in the next second, I could be drooling. You are angry. I didn't expect you to be a lewd dragon. Then decisively turned off the elevator. The wall could no longer be seen. Looking further is likely to cause trouble. Then, after watching an hour of 3D Sadako with the little velociraptor, I finally felt better. Fell asleep with you. It quickly became 12 o'clock. Please pay attention. The survivor will return to Blue Star in 2 hours. The time is 7 days. No items are allowed to be brought into Blue Star, nor can any items be brought back from the Blue Star to the elevator. After leaving the elevator time will pause you in a daze. What does elevator time pause mean? Isn't the flow of time inconsistent with the blue planet? 2 hours passed quickly. The moment the elevator doors open, you showed a shocked expression, and outside it was surprisingly early, if I'm not mistaken. This damn place is still a women's bathhouse. As soon as the words fell, you were just taken by a police officer, and after you arrived at the police station, someone looked at you with disgust for the elevator survival story you just made up in the car. It's just your excuse for peeking at others while they shower. You feel a batch of discomfort in your heart. The ones born in the elevator are all real, but the information you can think of is all true. Finally, the female police officer will retrieve your identity information to convict you. Can search back and forth but cannot find this person. He began to suspect that you are an illegal resident, planning to detain you. You struck fiercely. This is impossible. The information I reported to him is all correct. Let's escape first to understand the situation before talking. Thinking of this, immediately knock him out, then quickly left here. You will soon return to your own home. The arrangement in the room is exactly the same as before you were teleported into the elevator. Then you opened your phone to check the recent big events. Stunned on the spot, the series of shocking news is hard to believe. The video of Mako has already caused the death of tens of thousands of people. The police debunked rumors saying it was a serial murder case. Australia has seen suspected loss of species. You caused hundreds of people to get infected. Elevator scientists claim that metal casings suspected to have appeared in the Jurassic period. Another archaeological team is excavating ancient ruins. Surprisingly, they actually dug out a statue of a modern human. After watching, you were stunned. This damn statue is simply identical to me. Could it be that the chief made this for me after I left? The floors that can be determined now seem to affect the real world. Just at this moment, a wave of drowsiness swept over. You actually fell to the ground and fainted. When I woke up again, 6 days had already passed. You are shocked. What the hell? What is going on here? Suddenly you find the ceiling covered in blood red. You need to tell them you can see what's going on. I suddenly didn't have these words before. You want to ask your mom. However, I saw a note left by my mom on the table in the living room. It says she went out to buy something. Don't make a fuss at home. Also listed 12 rules in one breath. What refrigerator has steak? Don't turn on the light while taking a shower or something like that. When you see the last one, scared out a cold sweat. It is clearly written above that you have no mother. What on earth is going on? This reminds you of the particularly popular rule freak from a while ago. At this moment, your phone suddenly rang. It was a call from mom. But if you think back carefully, I do indeed have a mother. But mom went back to her hometown some time ago. You dare not answer the phone. I want to drink some ice water to calm my nerves. Yet saw a note on the refrigerator again. It was left by your wife. It is said that they are going to pick up your daughter after school. I particularly meow. Where did the wife and daughter come from? You begin to doubt that you haven't returned to something real. Or perhaps the heart has completely turned upside down. But just at this moment, the door suddenly opened. A long-haired beauty comes in. Husband, why are you home alone? You are in the refrigerator for a moment. While doubting whether I have a wife or not, looking into his eyes, asked casually, aren't you going to pick up your daughter from school? How did one person come back? However, as soon as the words fell, the woman's eyes instantly turned red. How do you know I came back as a person? Can you see me? An instant. You thought of those blood letters on the ceiling. Suddenly, my heart skipped a beat. Watching your wife raise a cleaver and chop towards the house, suddenly the alarm went off. Don't look at the moon outside the window. Please do not let anyone look out the window, especially the moon. The subsequent sound suddenly became frenzied, yelling hysterically, the moon is beautiful. Look outside the window. At the same time, your phone is also bombarded with text messages. The text messages of everyone are the same. The moon is so beautiful. Look outside the window. You may not know what happened. Suddenly, a flash of inspiration. Quickly call your wife. Looking at the moon outside the window. Sure enough, he was fooled. At the moment he looked up, he froze on the spot. Whispered softly in the mouth. The moon is so beautiful and pretty. Immediately opened the big door and ran out. So many strange things have happened. You also know something is wrong. This damn holiday is not worth taking. more terrifying than survival in an elevator. This situation can't be stayed in any longer. But you just walked to the door. Then I heard screams coming from outside. You look out through the crack of the door. Everywhere on the street are zombies that are neither human nor ghost. Not far away, there is a girl being knocked down by a zombie. It seems that the scream just now came from him. But just at this moment, 3 zombies broke in through the window, then suddenly pounced on. At this critical moment, your wife suddenly ran over and stood in front of you, then turned around and told you to hurry up and run. After you run out for a distance, she revealed a strange smile. My husband can only die in my hands. You are so scared that you're dumbfounded. Pervert. Everywhere is perversion. Then quickly found a place with no one and hid, praying in my heart for the elevator countdown to end quickly. At the same time, take out the phone to connect to the elevator chat room. Ask other survivors if they know what is going on. But then you find that you are actually the first among many survivors to return to Blue Star. You sigh in your heart. It seems the only explanation is that the elevator world has affected reality. The monsters and the rules from those floors have all invaded Blue Star. I don't know how long it has been. The countdown has finally ended. A lift slowly appears in front of you. At the same time, a prompt sounded. Holiday period ends. Request the living to return to the elevator immediately. You've never felt that the elevator is so warm. Immediately walked in. Without saying a word, I hugged the velociraptor and fell asleep. The next morning, you were woken up by the chat room. Many people are asking what the situation of Blue Star is now. You told them everything you encountered. Some people feel like the sky is falling. Some people feel that the place you go is not a true man. You didn't pay attention to them anymore. Instead, I took a look at the system. And then there are people selling carbon. You spend 255 gold coins to buy it every meal. Then took out the materials for the elevator elixir, which are 100-year-old ginseng and red rasher. The machine can finally open the personal panel. Then you hurriedly came to the workbench. After a series of operations, made 5 health pills. The prompt sounds at this time. Congratulations on becoming the first survivor to synthesize the fitness potion. At the same time, freedom attribute points increase by 5. Open personal panel at the same time. You are suddenly enlightened. Decisively checking the basic attributes is more than double that of adults. Luck value actually still has 2 points. The necklace from Lilith is marked at the back. This makes you think of the sweet duo Q with Lilith. This elevator classroom and Jurassic floor have both been randomly assigned twice. When will you give me another random succubus floor? After complaining about you, you swallowed a health pill. Fainted directly after eating. I don't know how long it has been. You wake up again. I feel like I've become much stronger. Hit the sandbag for 3 hours. Rode the power generating bicycle for another 2 hours. Unexpectedly, there is not a drop of sweat. You chuckle. I really want to eat the remaining 4. Can't it take off? Then you ate another one. But there is no reaction at all. Could it be that this thing can only be eaten by one person? Thinking of this, I immediately looked towards the small velociraptor. Your gaze suddenly made him feel a tightness in his chrysanthemum. Then you will immediately faint when the future velociraptor arrives in his mouth. I don't know when I will be able to wake up. After placing the little velociraptor on the bed, you sent a message to Qin and again, unexpectedly found that items can be sent. Qin was so moved that he was about to cry. And Piao Ling has spent half a life as Feng Ming's main attacker. Without an defeat is the adoptive father. You didn't pay attention to him anymore. Instead, it opened the trading system, put the last elixir's 500 gold coins up for sale. Although other people should also be able to synthesize this thing, but the materials are not easy to obtain. After handling these, you looked at someone's face attribute, which has increased significantly compared to before. Not bad, not bad. I just don't know when I can punch and kill a beast with one hit. Time quickly arrives at 12 o'clock. The floor you are about to enter is the secret door. There will be undead monsters attacking before night falls. After being hit, the requester asks for help to fend off the attack. You were taken aback. What the hell is a spirit monster? Can kill with modern weapons. Before you could think too much, the elevator door was opened, and helplessly, fully armed, you went out. You didn't encounter a person wearing a fur coat, brother. Is what you are carrying behind you a weapon? How strange. Do you sell it? I offer 60 silver coins. You immediately shook your head. Sorry, you are what I use to go up. Everyone has seen it, so that's fine. By the way, my name is Park Gukchang. Looking at your outfit, you should be an adventurer, right? You secretly think this guy's name is really unique. After a round of pleasantries, he enthusiastically brought you home. Quickly set up the big pot chicken. You had a meal. You feel a bit embarrassed. Then took out a dagger and handed it to me. I can't eat your food for free. This dagger is given to you. Park Guichang's eyes went straight. A very sharp knife. Is it really given to me? Thank you so much. Just at this moment, the sound of knocking on the door. Park Guichang, brother, I am here to acquire leather. As soon as the words fell, a figure walked in. You are shocked in your heart. I went to. It turns out to be the floor hurting people. At this time, the floor merchant circled around you. You have a friendly aura about you. Have you traded with our clan members? You nodded. Great. Do you want to buy something from me as well? Give you a 9.8% discount. Finally, the corner of your mouth twitched. You really have the nerve to say that. However, the merchant quickly showcased his goods. A few bottles of attribute potions, a blue fruit, a sharp dagger, a gold coin engraved with runes. There is still a charm. Your gaze is quickly attracted by gold coins and charms. According to what the merchant said, the runes engraved on the gold coin are about life. Talismans can cause harm to ghosts. Then you chuckled. Medicine, fruit. I want both the talismans and the gold coins. The merchant's eyes lit up. Honorable guest, you are really too rich. Chen Hui, 500 gold coins. You can't be bothered to pay attention to him either. Directly came to bargain. Finally obtained everything for 98 gold coins. Park Gukchan on the side was completely bewildered. I can only save 60 silver coins in a year. This time, almost 100 gold coins were traded. Is this the world of the rich? But just at this moment, the village recalled the conditioned reflex of taking out Donglin, turned back and said a word before leaving. You are so good here with me. The monster is coming. I must go out to resist their attack. Having said that, he hurriedly walked out of the house. Quickly fight together with other villagers against the skeleton creatures. You are stunned. I thought it was some kind of undead creature. It turns out to be a bunch of skeleton soldiers. After you finished speaking, you took out the submachine gun and walked out. A burst directly took out more than 20 skeleton soldiers. This scene directly stunned the villagers. What weapon is this? The shooting range is so far. The power is still so great. And at this moment, you continue shooting as if no one is around. See this. The villagers also hurriedly joined the fight. After more than 10 minutes, all the undead creatures were eliminated. The villagers immediately regarded you as a deity. The village chief has presented a medal. This is the badge of the village hero. From now on, no matter which village I go to, I will be treated warmly. And the merchant will also give you a great temptation, and you decisively accepted the badge. Bid farewell to the villagers when the countdown ended. Back to the elevator. You hurried to the workbench to confirm that this rune coin was indeed needed to make the resurrection coin, and you felt completely at ease. This trip to the floor was definitely not in vain. Revival coins are things that can save lives. Then swallowed all the potion and fruit. At this moment, your personal panel has changed again. Strength, speed, agility has increased to varying degrees. After handling these, you come to the bedroom. When I saw that the little velociraptor was not there yet, you are shocked. What the hell is going on here? The efficacy of the medicine is so great for him. Trying to see if the small velociraptor is still alive. You no longer cared about him. Turned around to check the chat room. Seeing someone acquiring a large amount of upgrade materials. Someone is complaining that the elevator temperature is too high. Someone is still showing off his dance. However, your gaze is locked on that person who is collecting supplies. This person's name is Yongli. Ordinary name. Appearance is also very ordinary. But the elevator level has already reached level 11. You think to yourself, if I encounter this person in the future, be careful. Upgrading so quickly is definitely not a good thing. Time quickly arrived at the second day. About to enter the cave floor. There are 2 monsters on this floor. Request the living to kill a monster through close combat. You can use weapons, but limited to cold weapon mission rewards. Cold weapon upgrade. Any cold weapon can be upgraded to a future form. It seems you are excited. I have a horned wind that hits the target every time. If this upgrades, wouldn't it be invincible? However, right after that, you thought of, in case the monsters inside are exceptionally fierce, don't capsize in the gutter. Thinking of this, immediately put on the submachine gun, then smeared snake venom on the arrowhead. You walked out after the elevator doors opened, then appeared in a cave. A pair of red eyes suddenly appeared deep in the cave. You gave him a hug without hesitation. Then all were avoided by it. Quickly pounced towards you. You are dumbfounded. This speed is too damn fast. The bullet can dodge one coming. Then you decisively went into stealth. This time it's the werewolf's turn to be confused. I looked around and didn't see anyone. How could such a big person disappear into thin air? At this moment, a masked werewolf is coming from a distance. Immediately turned around and ran towards him. You can't say that. The masked man is quite strong. Then can have back and forth with the werewolf. You are a bit surprised. Is this person a survivor or an indigenous person? If it's a survivor, the elevator level shouldn't be lower than mine. At this moment, the masked man was accidentally knocked down by the werewolf. And you take the opportunity to shoot an arrow from behind. The werewolf let out a howl after being shot. Immediately, the whole body quickly turned dark green. You take out the machete. One knife directly takes down the werewolf. The masked man stood up and spoke. Hello, little brother. Are you interested in joining the Otherworld Research Institute? You are stunned. This person seems to be a native of this world. Then decisively shook his head. Sorry, not interested. The masked man wanted to say something else, but you turned around and left. Back to the elevator. The prompt sounds. Congratulations to the survivor for completing the task reward cold weapon upgrade. Any cold weapon can be upgraded to a future form. You are brightened in front of your eyes. Decisively pulled out the foot-sucking bow. A flash of white light passed by. The west corner bow has undergone tremendous changes. At the same time, it also comes with 3 different forms of swordsman. Armor-piercing form. The launched laser sword can penetrate 20 centimeters of steel plate. Each arrow consumes 2 points of energy. Continuous shooting mode. Continuous launch of laser swords. 200 can be launched per minute. The power has diminished. Consume 10 points of energy per minute. The ultimate form consumes all energy. Really? Launching a giant laser sword can destroy a building over 10 meters tall. You are a little shocked. Is this the technology of the future? Simply amazing to the point of explosion. Suddenly feeling a bit hot. Glanced at the thermometer. My mom. Why is the elevator temperature 45 degrees? Decisively ran to the bathroom and got a few bottles of toilet water. Still feel hot after drinking. Ran to the workbench to check the function of the swimming pool. A few minutes later, you were soaking in a pool filled with toilet water. Now it finally feels a bit more comfortable. And just like that, you fell asleep without realizing it. The next day, I felt something licking my feet. Scared, you immediately jumped out of the water. Then saw a dark shadow in the swimming pool. The shadow immediately surfaced. It turns out to be a velociraptor. You are shocked. I'll go to hell. This damn health pill directly accelerated its ripening, didn't it? It is now 12 o'clock. You put on your clothes and then came to the elevator entrance. The prompt sounds at this moment. The floor you are about to enter is grass. There is a herd of cattle and an injured person inside. Materials for upgrading the elevator can be found at the bottom of the lake. You chuckle with a smile. It seems that this time it can be considered a welfare floor. After the elevator doors open, you go out with the velociraptor. The comfortable environment allowed the velociraptor to run wildly. And you quickly found patches of lake water. Sure enough, saw a large amount of materials for upgrading elevators at the bottom of the lake. After moving the supplies ashore, you are already so tired that you are out of breath. Just at this moment, a voice came from behind. Hey, young man, do you need supplies? You turn to look at the sound. It turns out to be someone on the floor. After inspecting the goods, you have selected the repair item. These are healing potions used for recovery. It turns out to be the gemstone of wisdom. There are still souls that can heal wisdom. Then took out a medal. You should recognize this thing, right? The floor merchant was taken aback. It turns out to be the hero of the village. Everything is 50% off. A total of 114 gold coins. This time you didn't negotiate the price. Instead, I just paid the money directly. Just at this moment, the roar came from the velociraptor's side. You hurriedly ran towards him. Only after getting closer did I realize that a human dressed in exoskeleton armor was lying in the grass. You are looking at that mecha. Saliva is dripping down. Just about to reach out to touch. I didn't expect the helmet to open automatically. Inside is actually a girl, repeatedly saying, "Save me," in the mouth. Be careful to help him up. Give him some more water to drink. At this moment, the girl spoke. You have left your armor on me. As long as you can help me go, this set of mecha is a gift for you. You are suddenly enlightened. What injury did you sustain? I accidentally got hit a few times. Fortunately, it's not very serious. You think for a while, then took out the newly bought repair potion. You should be fine after drinking this. The girl fainted directly after finishing drinking. It turns out that you were surprised and started drinking after 10 minutes. Your medicine is too powerful. I will fulfill my promise now. After speaking, the binding with the mech was. Then taught you how to use the mecha. You tried to run quickly. After that, flew for a few minutes. The overall feeling is still good. Unfortunately, there is no weapon system. The countdown will end soon. You said goodbye to the velociraptor and the girl. Back to the elevator. You have released the mecha. The elevator screen shows that it can be upgraded now. You decisively pressed the button. Besides the space getting bigger, there are several more ventilation openings at the top. In addition, there is a new feature called emergency avoidance. You can directly teleport the survivor back to the elevator. Ignore any rules. Can only be used once for each level up. Can be stored. You nod your head. This is indeed a nice feature. The prompt sounds again at this moment. Congratulations to the survivor for being the first to upgrade the elevator to level 14. Reward 300 photon bullets. Immediately, 3 boxes of bullets appeared in the elevator. Pick it up and take a look. The above writes, the person who opens the light guarantees the number of the Taoist. You are taken aback. This looks different from ordinary bullets. I don't know how powerful it is. You are not paying attention to whether the velociraptor is sleeping in the pool. The time quickly reached 12 o'clock. The upcoming floor is the wooden man floor. Game rules. When the wooden person is being pointed at, it can move freely. Do not move when turning around. The mobile will be shot dead. Players need to reach the safe area within the specified time to return to the elevator. Trigger task. Eliminate all the enemies on this floor. Directly end the floor. Reward title rules. Terminator wears increases intelligence by 5. Can carry any items into the floor. You are suddenly enlightened. Now it's the turn of the exoskeleton mecha to show its great power. Then decisively put on the mecha. By the way, I brought along the tech worker. You walked out after the elevator doors opened. At this time, the outside is already filled with survivors. The other side has 20 armed individuals. When I saw your flashy style, the survivors were stunned. What the hell? Which big shot is this? Unexpectedly, even the exoskeleton mech has been obtained. Envious. This big shot's elevator level is definitely not low. Finally, a girl actually ran up to you wanting to have your babies. To be honest, you are truly moved. However, at this time, it prompts that the game has started. Everyone has been teleported to the safe zone. The wooden person also slowly turned around. As the music begins to play, the survivor begins to quickly move towards the wooden man. However, I didn't expect the wooden man to instantly turn back into a head. caused several survivors to not be able to stop the car. Kneel down on the ground. Very soon, a few armed personnel came over. Just as they were about to raise their guns and fire, several arrows shot over from not far away. As several explosions sounded, armed personnel instantaneously die. The remaining armed personnel immediately opened fire on you. Yet it did not cause you any harm. After a round of shooting, also take them all out. The prompt sounds at this moment. The wooden man level has ended. Request the living to return to the elevator immediately. The remaining survivors are confused. Who am I? Where am I? What am I here for? And at this time, you have already returned to the elevator. You sighed. The number of survivors has now dropped from 3 billion to 1 billion. At least if one less person dies, that's something. The chat room has exploded. Thank you for saving my life. Do you accept younger brothers? Surprisingly, there are still people looking to buy bitter tea seeds with feminine charm. My mom. This is too perverted. The task reward has arrived. My intelligence has reached 35 points behind you. Then you came to the workbench. Now the Wenshin and Rune coins have been gathered. It's time to make resurrection coins. Under your operation, a resurrection coin is freshly minted. Your eyes light up. Now there are 2 major resurrections to rely on. It's hard to even think about dying. At this time, Chinan sent you a message saying he obtained an ice maker from the treasure chest on the previous floor. The hateful thing is that there is no electricity in his elevator. It seems you are excited. My bicycle generator has finally found its place to be useful. After the ice maker comes, you rode a bicycle for 2.5 hours. Finally made a pile of ice cubes. Send half to Chinan. These ice cubes you can use first. After that, I hang up the trading system. We'll split the gold coins we earn in half. Chinan moved in Piao Ling for half a lifetime. Before he could finish speaking, you just closed the chat page, then quickly fell asleep in the pool. It quickly became 12 o'clock. The upcoming floor is Bloodthirsty Express. This floor is the floor of ghostly creatures. After the survivors deliver 3 packages, they can receive a random elevator upgrade resource supply box. Then we go up a little bit to let the host receive 2 or more 5-star review rewards. Luck +1. You frown. It turns out that the strange floor is very good. I previously obtained the location of the switch, then you brought the shotgun to extinguish the clan. Walked out of the elevator. There are 3 delivery boxes and a mobile phone placed not far outside. Picked up the phone and took a look. There are navigation and the number of good reviews above. You quickly arrived at the first delivery location according to the navigation. After calling to open the door, a foul smell almost made you throw up. Then a green, oily arm reached out. You said something after putting the express delivery in your hand. Please give a 5-star review. Thank you. A good sound came from inside the door. Then it was slammed shut with a bang. You didn't think much and returned to the tricycle. But at this moment, the phone popped up a notification. Clearly written is a 1-star review. You are angry. The damn dog thing actually dared to play tricks on me. Then you quickly came back, opened the door and walked in. Hurry up, it's almost 111, 111, 1111. At this moment he cursed angrily. You little brat, you're looking for death, but I haven't finished speaking yet. You just shot 2 bullets into the body of the meat mountain, accompanied by his screams. The body emitted bursts of black smoke as you stepped forward. Give me a 5-star review. Meat Mountain was so shocked it couldn't react. What kind of bullet is this? Why is there a force constantly consuming my body? Thinking of this, he hurriedly took out his phone to change it. It's done. It's done. Sir, please spare me. After confirming, you nodded and directly snatched Meat Mountain's package. However, after taking it out, you couldn't help but vomit. It turned out to be the damn 9-turn intestines. This is too ridiculous. A few minutes later, you were shocked after the door of the second express shell opened. The one who walked out from inside turned out to be little brother. He saw it and directly hugged you. Crying bitterly, you were startled. Little brother, how did you get here? My elevator task is to survive for a month in a bizarre world. Half a month has just passed now. The supplies have been eaten up by me. No water to drink. I don't even have a drop of urine. Absolutely dare not go out anymore. You are a bit confused. But my task is to deliver packages to the strange. As soon as the words fell, Sister Paper Person then walked out and said softly, this express delivery is mine. After opening the express delivery, you and the kid are both dumbfounded. I'm so damn hungry I could die. You still have the mind to look for the express delivery. This is just too outrageous. However, soon the Paper Person's sister gave you a 5-star review. So you happily took out some food and had a big meal with the little boy. After leaving some supplies for the little brother, you returned to the tricycle. This last delivery doesn't matter whether it is sent or not. You might as well take it apart. Inside is actually a doll. Also comes with a manual. Having a substitute doll with you can protect you from a fatal attack once. You are suddenly enlightened. This trip to the floor was truly worth it. After returning to the elevator, the rewards have been distributed. After opening, it is all materials for upgrading the elevator. Decisively throw it into the material area to increase progress. Rode the bicycle for a few more hours. Collected some ice cubes after hanging in the trading system. You chuckled. This really makes it hard not to get rich after handling all this. You fell asleep with the Velociraptor, and the time has come for the next day, about to enter the trading floor. This floor is the peace floor, and the elevator will stop for 8 hours. You can trade with others on this floor. After watching, you chuckle. I've come to the long-lost trading floor. After the elevator doors opened, you walked out. The outside is still the familiar scene. You soon arrived at the stall selling firearms. Rich and powerful added 580 bullets. After buying a large amount of canned goods and water again, you then start to wander around. Quickly discovered an interesting stall. The banner says, Dolly Pill. After the stall owner saw you speak enthusiastically, little brother, come and take a look at the freshly made power pills. A single grain can triple your strength. You are startled in your heart. I have to send. This effect is so strong. So I stepped forward to ask the price. I didn't expect that such an awesome strength pill only costs 10 gold coins. You frowned. So cheap. This elixir can't be fake, right? The stall owner sighed. In fact, the elixirs here have some side effects. For example, the side effect of this powerful pill is hair loss. As the saying goes, does becoming bald make one stronger? Your mouth twitches. The expression remains unchanged, but it becomes stronger. However, it can increase strength by 3 times. Becoming bald is worth it. Then you looked at other pills again. Have eaten the fasting pill after finishing diarrhea. Have finished eating the detox pill for kidney deficiency. There is also the longevity pill that continuously farts. After watching, you criticized it fiercely. This damn medicine is not normal at all. However, you suddenly had a flash of inspiration. I don't eat this thing. Can be hung on the trading system. Thinking of this, immediately negotiated with the vendor. Finally bought 10 strength pills for 230 gold coins, 5 pillars of fasting pills, 20 detox pills and 1 longevity pill. The stall owner sees you as so wealthy and generous. Immediately took out the treasure of the store. You are stunned. What kind of elixir is this? This, oh, that's really awesome. This broken sun pill can permanently increase your strength by 5 times. Only for men to take. After listening, your eyes light up. Isn't this special cat able to take off from the spot after eating? It should let your body utilize a little brother of this main force. Do you like girls? You immediately nodded. Of course I like it. Especially like the succubus Lilith. The stall owner chuckled. Then this order is very suitable for you. Its side effect is that it makes you become a girl. After listening to you scold loudly. Pa, you pervert. You keep this thing for yourself. After finishing speaking, they ran away without looking back. Back to the elevator. You have opened the trading system. However, it was discovered in the trading chamber that someone was already selling the antidote. Clicking in, I found the price is 30 gold coins each. Then you consigned 18 pieces at a price of 35 gold coins each. I didn't expect it to be sold out so quickly after being listed. What the hell? This detoxification pill is so in demand. I hate that I bought too little. This wave has lost 100 million. You were so angry that you practiced the left and right guards for 2 hours straight. Then fell asleep while hugging the velociraptor. The next day you are awakened by the elevator alert. The upcoming floor is a murder room. The floor will transport 10,000 survivors to the same area. Survivors can kill each other in this area. Can also unite together to get through.
结束后可获得你所击杀的求生者电梯物资。注意。
The use of firearms and technological weapons is prohibited on this floor, and will be ranked according to the number of kills. The famous general will receive a mysterious prize. After watching, you frowned. I definitely feel the malice targeted at me by the elevator. However, you suddenly turned around and looked at the velociraptor. He suddenly felt a tightness in his chrysanthemum, wishing he could take the raptor out. Isn't the first case exclusively mine? Thinking of this, I tried it out. Yet I didn't expect it to really be able to be taken out. Glanced at the map. The space is very large. If we have to find each one individually, wouldn't that be exhausting? However, suddenly you have a flash of inspiration. Then found a place with stones. Let the velociraptor hide behind the bushes. And you took out the manuscript and started constantly hitting the stone to attract other survivors. Someone was quickly attracted by the sound. He cautiously came to observe from behind. What is this fool digging here? Could it be that there is a treasure? Forget it. Let's take him out first and then talk. Then he quietly came behind you, just about to draw the knife and chop down. The velociraptor suddenly lunged out a few times and bit this person to death. You chuckled. This old 6 is really too enjoyable. Next, you used the same operation. Quickly took down 8 survivors. At this moment, you are ranked first on the leaderboard. However, the big rock cannot withstand your destruction. Shattered into several pieces. And inside the stone, there is actually a treasure chest. You are shocked. I can't believe it. This damn pretending to dig for treasure actually found something. Can take it out and try it. Found the box can't be opened. You took a breath. Forget it. Put it away first. Let's talk again after the elevator comes, the next 2 hours. Not a single survivor waited for you. Feeling a bit uncomfortable. Could it be that all the survivors in this area have been smashed by me? So you decide to take the initiative. Ride on the velociraptor and start running wildly all over the map. The other survivors being chased are crying for their parents. Again killed a few survivors. Then the elevator prompt sounded. End of floor. Settling rewards. The survivor shall he ranks first. The reward has been placed in the elevator. Back to the elevator. You start to view the rewards. Very fast are the materials for life and elevators. Then there are various foods and medicines. There are still some guns and ammunition. You are really angry. These survivors are too poor, aren't they? And there is also the promised mysterious grand prize. At this moment, a sound came from the pool. You were suddenly startled. I go. Has my elevator been invaded by others? Thinking of this, immediately pulled out the gun and walked over. When seeing the visitor, you are dumbfounded. A pink mermaid appeared in front of me. To be honest, you had even thought of the names for your 2 children at that time. Just at this moment, the mermaid hummed a melody. Make you and the velociraptor instantly stunned. When you wake up, the mermaid slowly disappeared. The prompt sounds at this time. Congratulations to the survivors for receiving the blessing of the mermaid. Gain ability. Affinity of marine and freshwater organisms. Underwater breathing ability. You are taken aback. Is this the mysterious explosion spoken by the elevator? At that time, you were criticized to the point of explosion. Thinking of this, immediately took the velociraptor and plunged into the pool. Sure enough, you can breathe underwater. After playing for a while, you will just think, the velociraptor is asleep. It quickly became 12 o'clock. The upcoming floor is a polar island. There are a large number of blood monsters on this floor. There is a treasure chest underwater 100 meters east of the starting position. Request the living to find a way to lose. After watching you, I chuckled. The floor without restrictions is still the most comfortable. As soon as the words fell, the elevator shook for a moment. Then move upwards. When you furrow your brow, something is wrong. According to reason, the upper floors are all welfare floors. But the elevator said there is a blood monster inside. What is going on here? The elevator door has opened at this moment. You didn't think too much. Wearing the mecha, I walked out. Can look around. Not even a snow monster was found. You have some doubts. Where did the promised snow monsters go? Suddenly remembered that the mecha girl mentioned the radar function when using it. So you decisively operated inside the mech. Thought of something similar to a pocket watch. The red dots displayed above should be the blood monster. You will soon arrive at the marked location. When seeing a group of snow piles snoring, you hide your smile quite deeply, but still cannot escape the outcome of death. After speaking, you took out the gun and shot wildly. We'll soon take them all down. The prompt sounds at this time. Congratulations to the survivors for finding and killing all the blood monsters. Trigger hidden rewards. As long as you kill creatures, there is a chance to obtain gold coins. It seems that your eyes have brightened. I'll go to hell. The elevator guy didn't lie to me. This damn place is indeed a welfare floor. Then found the location of the treasure chest according to the map. Took out the charged pistol and fired a shot at the ground. Directly blow a big hole in the ice surface. You jumped in without saying a word. However, I didn't expect that the mecha would not defend. Fortunately, I received the blessing of the mermaid before. Otherwise, wouldn't you be drowned? Continue downward. Saw the treasure chest soon. A few minutes later, you bring the baby up. Just wanted to shoot. A voice came from behind. We meet again. Then a figure slowly walked over. You are stunned. Unexpectedly, I can meet the floor merchant here. At this moment, the merchant spoke. Brother, I am Clara. We have traded before at the gourd fruit manufacturer. You are secretly thinking, the damn floor merchants all look the same. Who can tell the difference? However, you say on your lips. It turns out to be the Cola brothers. What good things are there today? Immediately following, Cola opened the cargo box. Took out a book from inside. A extinguished torch. A bottle of strength potion and a silver wine cup. According to what the merchant said, the comfort enchantment book can enchant a cold weapon. Can allow it to have flame effects. And the torch will not extinguish once it is lit. Unless thrown into the water. The wine glass does not care what liquid is poured into it. In the end, it will all turn into fine wine. After watching, your eyes light up. They are all good things. Now it would be difficult not to get rich. After a round of bargaining, ultimately won it all for 70 gold coins. Back to the elevator. You first took out the floor treasure chest. After opening, I found that it was all upgrade materials. Decisively threw in the materials to upgrade the progress and then took out the enchantment book. Watching the knife that is rubbing and sparking with fire, you are very satisfied. Not bad, not bad. This style looks very impressive. Then hung the torch on the trading system. You took a sip. A torch this small selling to you for 100 gold coins is not unreasonable, and finally took out the wine cup. Since any liquid can turn into fine wine, directly letting the water flow is also possible. Thinking of this, I ran to the toilet to fill a cup. The unfinished cup begins to emit. However, you went. I am allergic to alcohol. Who to look for? It is a bar. Suddenly remembered my good brother Cheenan. Then you poured the wine from the cup into the water bottle. Send it to him. Brother, I prepared some white liquor for you to try, while on the other side, Cheenan is grilling meat. After seeing the news, his eyes lit up. Indeed, you are my good brother. Whatever good things there are, you think of me. Then, Cheenan took out the wine. Fainted directly after finishing drinking. A few minutes later, he replied to your message. Brother, this wine is really delicious. It's just a bit high in degree. You chuckled. As long as it's good to drink. I have plenty of this. Finished speaking. Send him a few more buckets. Then all the remaining wine was hung on the trading system. After handling these, you fell asleep with the velociraptor. The next day you are prompted to wake up. The difficulty of survival in the elevator will change, and in the next survival, the number of floors that can be selected will randomly appear. The lower the floor number, the higher the difficulty. At the same time, the rewards are also richer. After the broadcast, the elevator's wine has all turned into question marks. After watching you, I was stunned. This is actually good news for weak survivors. The chat room is also very lively at this time. Everyone is discussing the new rules. Time quickly arrived at 12 o'clock. Upcoming optional floor levels. Level 114 treasure chest floor. Among them are 5 undead creatures and 2 treasure chests on the 111th floor. Apocalypse survival floor. There are a large number of zombies on this floor. Among them are some mutated zombies, mutant animals. Medicine supply box can be found on this floor. Food supply box. Weapon supply box level 88. Exploration type floor. The host needs to find an exit to escape. The more exits found, the better the reward. I'll go to hell. It seems that my luck has kicked in since I encountered this. You can't wait to find it again in 40 to 50 minutes. Then you can't see the 114th layer trigger task. Use cold weapons to eliminate the 5 creatures on this floor. Reward all attributes +3, you chuckle. Sure enough, the danger of high-rise elevators is very high. After the door opens, there is a 1111, and then you see 5 skeleton soldiers wandering not far away. You cautiously walk behind a skeleton soldier. Soon the skeleton soldier was engulfed in flames. It turned into ashes in just a few minutes. You are shocked. What the hell? Is the machete nearby so terrifying? At this moment, the other 4 skeletons were attracted by the sound and then rushed towards you with their spears. Soon, you all got into a fight, but within a few minutes, you defeated them all. At this time, a prompt sounded, detecting that the survivor's task has been completed. The reward has been issued. Take a look at the attribute panel. The power has reached 61. Other attributes have also become 40 tons, and next you found those 2 treasure chests in the floor. After opening, a golden apple and a bag of shiny golden apples came out, which enhance strength and speed for 20 minutes after consumption. Watermelon seeds can quickly grow into watermelons, making your eyes light up. My long idle piece of land finally has a place to be put to use. Then you hurriedly returned to the elevator. After quickly pouring a little water over all the watermelon seeds, actually sprouted directly. You are shocked. Is it so amazing that I come here? Then I would be able to achieve it very quickly, right? Right at this moment, a motor has come from outside. You hurried over but didn't expect that it was a lobster crawling out of the toilet. You are all numb. What happened yesterday? Why are there organisms appearing in the toilet? Forget it. Who cares? This time there's a blessing in food. After saying that, you immediately took the lobster to the kitchen. You hurriedly soared back. You made a plate of steamed dice. After watching, you just fall asleep. When waking up again, discover that all of one's attributes have grown. I go. The thing that came out of this toilet is indeed not an ordinary item. Unexpectedly, it can still add attributes. Not bad, not bad. Then took another look at the trading department. The wine that was hung yesterday has all been sold out. Now your deposit has 2,888 gold coins. The excited you rode the power-generating bicycle all night. Time quickly arrives at 12 o'clock. The upcoming floor is the cooperation floor. Please cooperate with another survivor to clear the floor. All the equipment you have obtained and the hostile creatures you have encountered. All will be decided by another survivor throwing random dice. Conversely, after the floor is completed, all items obtained on that floor will be received. Investment can be thrown once every 5 minutes. Note that this floor cannot be refused. Do not bring any items inside. After watching, you have a face full of question marks. What the hell? What is this new way to play? Does that mean my fate has to be in the hands of others? However, I have the lucky necklace sent by Lilith. This kind of luck-based floor is still not easy to grasp. Remembering Lilith's 52nd day. After the elevator door opens, you were pushed out by a force. It's pitch black outside. Can't see anything. The prompt sounds at this moment. Survivor Yangli throws the dice. The survivor Xiao he obtained a short iron sword. Can move forward 500 meters. As soon as the words fell, a dagger suddenly appeared in your hand, and the activity range 500 meters ahead instantly lights up. According to the introduction, the total length of the floor is 2 kilometers. Reaching the end is considered clearing the level. See, there is no danger. You then walk forward. It will soon be your turn to roll the dice. The survivor Xiao Heto tosses the dice. A wild wolf appeared around the survivor Yang Li. Can move forward 500 meters. On the other side, Yang Li's mouth twitched. How come this little he is so lucky? Before he could finish complaining, a convenient appearance of a vicious wolf. Without saying a word, he pounced on Yang Li. Then both sides began the chaotic battle mode. More than 10 minutes later, Yang Li was already covered in bruises. However, it's good that we successfully took down the evil wolf. Only then did it start to dash forward for 500 meters. And the other side. You also watched the whole process on the screen. Can't help but sigh. This guy really has some skills. Just now, an ordinary zombie appeared around the small river where Yang Lizzie of this lifetime is on the branch. Can move forward 200 meters. Right in front of you, a zombie refreshes. But just as I walked towards you, I awkwardly saw myself. Seeing this scene, Yang Liming forced the black curtain. This definitely has a hidden agenda. And at this moment, you have already killed the zombie with one knife, and took out a blue crystal from his head. Ding Z crystal contains a large amount of zombie virus, but the floor merchants may be interested in it. You chuckled. This is not a zombie at all. It's simply a benefit. Then moved forward while throwing out the head. The survivor Yang Li obtained a wooden spear. Can move forward 200 meters. After listening, Yang Li's eyes lit up. I just said, luck cannot always stand on the other side of the small river. Finally, it's my turn. After speaking, he happily walked forward. Very soon, you just received a prompt. The survivor Xiao He obtained a treasure bag from a floor merchant. Opening the treasure bag can randomly obtain an item sold by the floor merchant. The treasure bag has been placed in the elevator. Can move forward 300 meters. Yang Li is not feeling well at all. Standing in place clapping hands. Gave myself a few big holes. Why does the luck of the European emperor affect others? Just as the words fell, Tu Shuren appeared in front of him. After a fierce battle, Yang Li successfully took it down. However, it is covered in a sticky liquid. Yang Li, who is angry, is powerless and furious. And on the other side, you received a chainsaw from Yang Liao. In an instant, you feel that the small knife is no longer appealing. The next few times, you did not obtain weapons. It's just encountering a sound with no attacking power. And Yang Li either encounters monsters or falls into traps. Finally, after Yang Li shakes out a supply for you, you reach the finish line. You wave to him. Thanks to Brother Yang for the supplies. Goodbye. After speaking, you return to the elevator. Yang Li collapsed. The wicked little he. My mood your star next time, don't let me bump into it. Otherwise, you will have a good fruit to eat. And you who return to the elevator. The floor merchant's treasure bag has been opened. Unexpectedly took out a wooden stick from inside. The main material for making nightmare fruit is nightmare wood. You smirked. What the hell is this nightmare fruit? You clearly said that you were not paying attention and hurriedly arrived at the melon field. At this time, the watermelon has all ripened. I gave Chin an two. Then you and the velociraptor had a big watermelon feast. Just at this moment, a sound of movement came. You were suddenly startled. Why has this damn moth been saying that you took out a submachine gun and walked over recently? However, I found that a floor merchant actually crawled out of the toilet. Ouch. How did I get randomly teleported here? However, it doesn't matter. Does the boss want to buy something? You are shocked. Wow, what is going on here? At this time, the merchant directly displayed the items. There is an ordinary iron sword. Foolish and stubborn. Increase the strength of the base. A bag of seeds that can randomly grow fruits and vegetables. There are drops that can be applied to fruit to cause changes. After arriving, 18 gold coins. This time you didn't bargain. Directly buy it. Turned around and jumped into the toilet. You twitch at the corner of your mouth. How the hell can it run so fast? I haven't had the chance to ask about the blue crystal yet. You practiced 2 hours of mutual combat out of anger. Then fell asleep while hugging the velociraptor. The next day you are woken up by the elevator. The floor you are about to enter is a forest. There are a large number of organisms in the floor. You may find some valuable you in the deep wooden house. You are suddenly enlightened. The treasure hunt building is simply my favorite. After the elevator doors open, you walked out with the velociraptor. There are trees everywhere outside. You can't help but sigh that the air here is really comfortable. And the velociraptor began to chase the wild chicken, running around everywhere. You took a walk. Found trees everywhere. I couldn't help but frown. Where the hell can I find the way? Suddenly I thought this mech can take off, so I decisively flew upward. Finally discovered a clearing in the center of the dense forest. A few minutes later, you have found the cottage. Just at this moment, a few arrows and stones shot from the front. Immediately, a sound of metal collision rang out from your body. Looking into the distance, discovered a few bow and arrow skeleton soldiers. You scoff with disdain. This damn power is so small, can attack me. After saying that, he took out a submachine gun and shot them down. Deal with them. You walked into the wooden house. Several pots of plants were found inside. A table with bottles and jars on it. There's still a box. You are very happy in your heart. This seems to be the alchemist's home. Then found some potions in the box. A large bag of golden yellow powder. There is also a yellowed book. The book says, Beginner Alchemist's Guide. After opening it, I found there are only 3 pages in total. The first page is a power potion. Need hell oil and flame powder. Also thoughtfully provided image references. After watching you, I was stunned. This hellish oil is just those few pots of plants, isn't it? The blazing powder is that large bag of powder in the box. Now it's here, even if you don't want to get rich. Then continue to look down. The second is speed potion. Need hell oil sugar powder. The third page is the recovery potion. Need hell oil plus flashed west. I see that hell oil seems quite important to you. Completely packed and taken away. Just went out and found you surrounded by a large number of skeleton soldiers. Countless saber-toothed beasts flew towards you. It can't cause you any harm at all. You also can't be bothered to talk nonsense. Taking out technological attacks is like a barrel of water. Will soon clear all the skeletons. Then you found the velociraptor. However, it was found that he had already captured a bunch of wild chickens. You chuckle with a smile. Not bad, not bad. You really weren't raised in vain. Finished speaking. You and the velociraptor came for a barbecue chicken feast. A girl wearing a hat is walking in the forest on the other side. When he saw the ground in front of the wooden house covered with corpses, suddenly feels something is wrong. Once again saw a mess in the wooden house. Others are all foolish. Who did it? Who the hell is it? The sound is so loud that you can hear it clearly over there. Can't take care of the already roasted wild chicken. Ran away in a flash with the velociraptor. Back to the elevator. You can't help but breathe a sigh of relief. Then check the few bottles of potions brought back. There are 6 bottles of strength potions among them. 2 bottles of speed potion. There is also a bottle of potion that has never been seen before. First drink the power and speed potions. Your attribute panel has changed again. But facing the unknown potion, you are somewhat unsure. Then opened the trading system and searched for a while. I found this potion in the transaction history. The introduction says that this is a potion that can make people smaller but does not change their strength. You suddenly turned around to look at the velociraptor. He immediately tightened his chrysanthemum. Then I saw you stuffing the potion into his mouth. Then immediately fainted. You chuckled a laugh. I've been unhappy with your set of skins for a long time. Now I can finally switch back. He's not going to wake up for a while. You put it on the bed. Then went to the pool to take a bath. Just at that moment, a cool breeze came from outside. It turns out to be a velociraptor. Are you awake? This hurriedly walked over here. However, it turned out that a fish had actually emerged from the toilet. You are a bit confused. What's wrong with this damn toilet lately? And if I'm not mistaken, what time should this fish be? Then immediately walked over. After watching it, it actually made you drool. You can pass out directly after eating. I don't know how long it has been. Feeling cold on the feet. Surprisingly, it's a small velociraptor licking your foot. You are suddenly enlightened. It actually really changed back to its original state. This potion is really awesome. However, you immediately start to think about why you fainted. Looked in the mirror. There is nothing unusual. Just going out often is enough. Unexpectedly, the past has increased the luck value a little. This makes you immediately think of the sweet duo Q with Lilith. Missing Lilith's 53 days quickly arrives at 12 o'clock. The head circumference that is about to enter has gone randomly. Now I can carry any items. There are a total of 4 survivors appearing on this floor. Everyone has a racetrack. A total of 15 rooms. Every room can find some useful or useless things. In the end, you will duel at the finish line. The victor obtains the elevator supplies of the others. The survivor who is killed will not die, but will lose all the items. The elevator grade has changed to level 1. After watching, you are somewhat surprised. This is really quite serious. There is no difference from starting over. After the elevator doors open, you just go out. Quickly entered the first room. It's bare inside. There is only one box. After opening, you received a dart and an iron sword. You frown. I didn't expect that such a large box would only hold these two. After complaining, you quickly arrived at the second room. After a search, you have received a bottle of potion and an iron sword. The label on the medicine says, no need for power enhancement within the last 10 minutes. You nod your head. This room is quite nice. Can be next in the third room. You encountered a zombie. After discovering, they quickly pounced on you. However, after a fight, you will drive them all away. Then a handgun and 2 magazines were found in the room. There are so many zombies guarding the room, yet there is only this little bit of stuff. Really stingy. The fourth room ahead contains a stone tablet and a giant sword. The stone tablet says that only those who are strong enough can pull it out. The person who obtains this sword will gain the giant of the giant power god. But you tried it, found that it can't be pulled out at all. You criticized fiercely. What the hell, I really can't even manage 70 points of strength. After saying it, decisively give up. After arriving at the fifth room, a well has been discovered. It says wishing well on it. Throwing items into the well can obtain treasures. You looked at the items you obtained and it seems that the dart is the least useful. So he decisively threw it in. After a few seconds, the wellhead revealed a gold and a couple of flying darts. The prompt sounds at this time. Congratulations to the survivor for obtaining the gold badge. 1 silver label each. The wishing pool will be automatically destroyed in 10 seconds. The gold mark can automatically lock onto enemies. The power is determined by the force thrown out. The silver label cannot be automatically locked, but with strong toxicity. You are shocked. I'm going. What the hell is thrown in will be strengthened accordingly. I should have known to throw the handgun in. Next, you are after the 6th and 7th rooms. Later arrived at the skeleton soldier of the hungry wolf. But soon you will take them all down. Arrived at the 8th room. Found a head on the table. It says to throw the dice. Rewards based on points. Without saying a word, directly rolled out a 6. You chuckle with a laugh. Thanks to Lilith's lucky blessing. The sound just fell. A colorful bottle appears in the room. Speed after taking the super potion. Strength. Agility plus 20. Lasting for 3 minutes. You pout. Although the attributes are impressive. But unfortunately, there are only 3 minutes. After arriving at the 9th room. Inside is a werewolf. You not only did not obtain supplies. The bullets are all used up. The next few rooms. How many gold coins did you get separately? A lightweight bulletproof soldier. There is also a companion that can be sold to the merchant. You took a breath. The things obtained by oneself do not hold an advantage. Say it and done. You glanced back at the other few people. Find that they are also approaching the finish line. You suddenly have a flash of inspiration. Then took the lead in entering the duel arena. Find a corner and directly activate stealth mode. Very soon, several other people also walked in. The prompt sounds at this moment. Request the living to be prepared. 1 minute countdown. The final battle begins. The rest of the people were stunned at once. Isn't this just 3 people? How did it start? Could it be that someone died while exploring the room? This is really garbage. After the countdown ends, 2 people exchanged a glance. Then, in an instant, pounced towards the third person. It turns out that these 2 had collaborated on a previous floor. Then I want to unite to get rid of the third person first. Just ran halfway. The other party then took out a hand crossbow and shot an arrow. The yellow-haired person just wanted to dodge. Unexpectedly, I was directly grabbed by the person behind me. The crossbow arrow immediately pierced through the yellow hair. Bald head chuckles with a smile. Well done, younger brother. It turns out that these 2 strong men are actually brothers. This scene has left you dumbfounded. You guys are fucking here with me. What I see is it. At this moment, the bald man spoke again. Younger brother. Anyway, this floor won't really die. At most, it's just returning to the first level. When the time comes, I will give you the supplies for upgrading the elevator. You will soon be able to return to the movies. The younger brother nodded if he thought it made sense, then died at the feet of the bald man. At this moment, the bald man snorted coldly. Dog shit elevator survival. It's still not up to me how I want to play. As soon as the words fell, just hit by a golden dart, the bald man turned his head with difficulty, occasionally making a few sounds from the mouth, then not making a sound, unwilling to die. You scoff with disdain. Still want to play however I want. You can play a hammer. The prompt sounds at this time. The winner of this floor is the survivor who falls with the other three. The supplies in the elevator have been delivered to the Lin family's elevator. The items obtained by the other three people on that floor will be collected, and the items obtained by one family will be returned. As soon as the words fell, you are teleported back to the elevator. Then you open the supply box of the three people. There is a pile of upgrade materials inside. More than 2,000 gold coins. A shiny golden apple. Some pill medicines. Surprisingly, there is still a Gatling gun. You are shocked. What the hell? Fortunately, the previous floor does not allow bringing equipment inside. Otherwise, wouldn't it be dragged to death? Then, you have put all the useless things into the trading system. Again put the upgrade materials into the material area. Then press the elevator upgrade button. This time, besides getting bigger, the elevator. Unexpectedly, there is an extra air conditioner. You chuckle with a laugh. Now there is no need to worry about the temperature issue anymore. And at this time, your good brother Chinan actually returned to Blue Star for vacation. However, a prompt suddenly popped up in front of him. The survivor Chinan receives a floor task. Please go to the grocery store on Chingsong Road for Boss Shan's slap task reward. The elevator goes straight up one level, and Chinan is confused. I am here on vacation. Why are you starting to assign me tasks again? But just thinking about a slap sound. At the first level elevator, he decisively arrived at the grocery store and found that the owner was actually a beautiful woman in black stockings. Chinan was once again bewildered. What kind of wind is this elevator actually drawing? The boss's wife is so good and hardworking. Why do you want to slap him? However, for the sake of upgrading, he still gritted his teeth and gave the boss lady a big fight. Unexpectedly, it directly knocked the boss's wife flying out. But the boss's wife not only didn't get angry, on the contrary, smiled with a wicked charm. Humanity, how did you see through my disguise? Directly turned into a huge spider. The people of Chinan are all stupid. What the hell is this meow about? After speaking, he turned around and ran. He escapes. He chases. Chinan's wings are difficult to fly. Fortunately, it didn't take long to encounter myself. Under a burst of gunfire, Spider will come soon. And Chinan took the opportunity to hide in an abandoned warehouse. Until the elevator countdown ends. Back to the elevator. He finally breathed a sigh of relief. Then I'll quickly send you a message. Say things once. The current blue planet is already extremely dangerous. Monsters and ghosts are hidden everywhere. The passers-by on the street might have been laughing just a second ago. The monster will turn into a human in the next second. You certainly know these. You had already encountered it when you returned to Blue Star before. The current elevators can be said to be much safer than Blue Star. After calming Chinan down, you fell asleep while hugging the little velociraptor. Time quickly arrives at the next day. The floor you are about to enter is the desert floor. There is a temple that can be found on this floor. You can obtain some items inside. Please pay attention. A giant worm is subdued in the temple. Be careful when getting close. After listening, you look down on it with a smile. As long as I can bring items in. What is that giant worm supposed to be? Very soon, you put on your gear and rolled out. It's a sandstorm outside, but it doesn't have any effect on you. Very soon, you have found a dilapidated temple. There are also a few white bones piled up beside. You can't help but feel a bit puzzled. What treasures can there be in this broken place? Just as the words fell, the ground suddenly trembled. A huge body smashed down immediately after. The temple was instantly reduced to rubble. You who are pressed under the worm are all foolish. This damn worm is too big. Under helpless circumstances, you can only take out the charged pistol. A few seconds later, a giant mass of energy is emitted. You also took the opportunity to crawl out. What may shock you is, the worm is not dead. Instead, countless threads are split from the body. Quickly kick the body back. I'm going to go. This damn reply ability is too strong. After finishing speaking, I took out the tech dragon. Next comes a barrage of attacks. Soon the worm will be beaten into something. At this time, you realize that the ground has been smashed by worms, creating a big hole. Looking inward, it turned out to be a secret passage. You are a bit surprised. Thanks to this child, I really can't find such a secretive place. After entering the secret passage, discovered some torches stuck on the wall. You took one and looked at it. Isn't this the torch that the floor merchant sold to me before? Previously, a torch was sold for 100 gold coins. And there are actually more than 20 in this underground passage. This is definitely not getting rich. Then you collect torches while walking. A mural appeared ahead very soon. When you reach out to touch, a wave of dizziness comes over. It seems that the mural wants to swallow you. At this moment, a figure emerges ahead. Humanity, how did you come here? You are shocked in your heart. What the hell? It turns out to be Lilith, whom I've been thinking about. Is this floor the welfare office? At this moment, Lilith spoke again. Humanity, I miss you so much. Did you come here specifically to accompany me? Upon hearing, you hurriedly nodded. Then lying down, the saliva just walked over. Just when it's about to get close, you pulled out the submachine gun and turned it off. Immediately, Lilith transformed into a wisp of black smoke. You disdainfully smile. Little illusion. Still want to confuse. At the beginning, Lilith did indeed call me human. But after 50 minutes, he called me good brother. After you finish speaking, you take away all the oppas on the wall. After returning to the elevator, they all hung on the transaction line. But you don't know. At this moment, a pair of blood-red eyes appeared on the mural in the closed passage, then quickly disappeared. On the other side, you are being pulled back by a velociraptor biting your pant leg. You were taken aback. What kind of tricks is this guy up to? However, you still rushed over. Unexpectedly, an octopus crawled out of the toilet. You are no longer surprised by this. The little velociraptor's saliva is dripping out. Soon you and the little velociraptor will have an octopus feast. After eating, you both fainted directly. A prompt sounded shortly after. Congratulations to the survivor for unlocking the new attribute of charm. Calculating the base value of survivor charm. Calculation completed, can be viewed in the personal panel. However, you jumped up with a thud. After checking, I found that my charm actually reached 35 points. You chuckled. No wonder Lilith is calling me giggling. It turns out that my brother's charm level is so high. But just at that moment, A came through the chat room. 1,000 gold coins reward for the little river dog's head. Survivors are all shocked. Who is Xiaohe? Is a human head really that valuable? He seems to have passed by you in the chat room before. At that time, he was already level 15. Brothers, the trading system has Xiaohe's information. He has already reached level 17. And you frowned while looking at the bounty. Where is the wind coming from here? I don't think I offended him at that time. However, you are too lazy to bother with them. Come and give it a try. My brother's mecha is not a pushover. Meanwhile, in another elevator, Yangli smiled as she looked at the chat room. That's right. The person who issued the bounty is this person. Before the body of the original owner of the elevator has cooled down, he has already held a grudge on the floor of the shaking dice. This time can borrow the knife expert. Why not do it if it's enjoyable? You who know nothing about this, already hugging the velociraptor. The time to sleep quickly arrives at 12 o'clock. The floor you are about to enter is the Doomsday floor. This floor will encounter a small number of mutated creatures. A basic type of exoskeleton mech can be found on this floor. You are suddenly enlightened. I go. Another exoskeleton mech. This time it's really prosperous. Say it. You put on your gear and go outside. The unpleasant smell is drifting on the broken streets outside. Frowned. This is really disgusting now. Come, quickly settle it. After speaking, you took out the detection radar, only to find that there are 5 mutants above. There's actually another human. Could it be other survivors? Thinking of this, I quietly walked over. Indeed found an elevator. Not far away, a person is fighting a mutant with a lightsaber. At that time, it's no exaggeration to say this person is really fierce. Eliminate all the mutants in no time. Just when he was wide-eyed and about to take the mech, you directly gave him a handful from behind. After taking him down, you chuckled. The feeling of this sneak attack is really. Then you tried the new mecha. Discover whether it is sprinting or flying. All are far less than one's own. You sighed. It can also increase strength and speed by 2 to 3 times. Forget it. Still give it to Chinan. Then you first placed the mecha in the elevator. Again went to take away all the supplies from the dead survivors. After handling these, you directly sent the mech to Chinan. Make Chinan so moved that it is directly meaningful. Then looked at the chat room. Someone actually said that the survivor leaderboard for the open elevator found themselves firmly in first place. And Chinan is in 4th place. The prompt sounds at this moment. The first stage of survival has ended. Phase 2 of survival begins. The difficulty of exploring the next floor will increase. After the end, mysterious rewards will be distributed based on the overall ranking. After watching you, I chuckle. Mysterious rewards, here I come. And at this time, the chat room has already exploded. Everyone is discussing to what extent the difficulty of the second stage will increase. And you didn't care about all that. Fell asleep while hugging the little velociraptor. Time quickly arrived at 12 o'clock. About to enter the long voyage floor. This floor is a giant cruise ship. The crews can only leave the floor after safely arriving at the port. Attention, except for survivors. There will be cultists blowing up the cruise ship. This floor cannot refuse entry, cannot carry any items. After the elevator door opens, you then walked out. The staff on the cruise will introduce you to the entire cruise and the work arrangements. Your job is to push a cart around the cruise ship. Very soon, a person with a goat head tattoo on one hand caught your attention. Looking at the thing wrapped in black cloth in his hand, you secretly think in your heart, this can't be what is called a cult, right? You followed him to a corner. Take advantage of his inattention. Go up and knock him out. Then began to look at the things in the black cloth. This guy is a cultist. Not running. After you have looted the unconscious cultist clean, just throw it into the sea to feed the fish. Then inform the other survivors about the cultist's matters. They all agreed to keep an eye on people with sheep head tattoos. just when you are about to continue enjoying the scenery. I saw another person with a sheep head tattoo walk into the bathroom. You think to yourself, previous situation was urgent. Hasn't had time to interrogate that cultist yet. Let's see if this can help find his accomplices. Then it followed up here. Now this person's hand has been hit to a compartment by him. Was subdued by you in no time. Just as I was about to ask, I found out that the cultist had already died. You are all foolish. These days, cultists are so bold. To say that you can do it in a second, I can only admire that. Sure enough, you found a poison on a cultist.
一把手枪以及
Deal with the corpse. You pushed the cart to the bar to replenish the drinks. After a simple conversation with the survivor who turned into a wine fortress, found that there was no one here with a goat head tattoo on their hand. When you are about to return to the dormitory, 5 people wearing hoods and carrying knives suddenly attacked you. After you took out the pistol and dealt with them, investigated their identity. Sure enough, everyone has a sheep's head tattoo on their hands. At this time, the survival channel is also very lively. Someone received information about the cultists detonating the bomb 5 days later. Some people are collaborating to get rid of you, and you didn't care about that much, just fell asleep directly. The next day, you clearly felt several pairs of eyes staring at you. At this moment, the captain has pulled up your surveillance footage. An ordinary waiter can pull out my dead body, cannot let you affect the plan. Then arranged for someone to deal with you, and then quickly arrived at 12 o'clock. You noticed that 3 strong men are approaching you. My hair is a cultist again. You specifically walked to a corner where no one was. 3 cultists directly shot at you. You dodge while drawing your gun and shooting. Rescue the 3 people from danger. You immediately return to the dormitory. It seems that I have already become a key target of the cult. At this moment, a knock on the door came. It is a lobster sent to you by one of the survivors. You are secretly thinking in your heart, now my bounty has reached 1,000 gold coins. How could a survivor kindly bring me lobsters? Thinking of this, still opened the door, picked up the lobster and stuffed it into the survivor's mouth in less than 10 seconds. The survivor died on the spot, and you sneered at it. With your skills, you still want to take me down. Then they threw the survivor into the sea. Suddenly saw Jiobao buying something in front of the flower bed. You are about to go forward to take a look. A bullet is coming towards you. Fortunately, you dodged it quickly. You are shocked in your heart. I damn it, the sniper rifle has arrived. Thus you are forced to return to the dormitory. Just when you are still thinking about what to buy in the flower bed at Jiobao, a grenade is thrown in front of you. Countless bullets come rushing towards you. You are no longer hesitating. Pick up the pistol and rush out of the room. But your weapon is too bad. Captured alive by the other party. And you take advantage of the other party while they are talking. Directly take them all down with a dagger. You are secretly thinking, the difficulty of this floor is indeed a bit high. Cannot carry any items. The enemy's equipment is too outrageous. If it weren't for my high attributes. And there is also the fate of Lilith. Passed away early. After the physical strength replenishment is complete. Go to the cockpit door to use the later weapons.
和邪教徒全部解
The time has quickly come to the last day, when you think the task is about to end. A burst of explosions sounded in the distance. You have doubts in your heart. Isn't the bomb all cleaned up? How can there still be bombs? At this moment, Jiobao appears in front of you, threaten you with a bomb. Give him the key to the lifeboat. His original task was to destroy the cruise ship. The key to the lifeboat is in your hand. So the 9 treasures can only threaten you to get the key. You take advantage of the sudden tilt of the hull. Take out the pistol and kill Jiobao. Looking at the remote control in hand. For safety, you have dismantled the bombs on the ship again. The cruise ship has finally arrived at the port, and at this moment, a notification sounds. Congratulations to the survivor for completing the task and receiving a full set of elevator upgrade supply boxes. 1 rule disregard card, and 1 all-around attribute enhancement card. After using the rule disregard card, you can ignore the floor tasks and leave the floor directly. After using the all-around attribute enhancement card, all your attributes will be enhanced. Open the properties panel after you use it. I removed luck and increased by 10 points. This is also leaving, right? A layer that is about to be carried out next. Then to want to level up to level 18. The elevator still needs a ice crystal stone. You are stunned. What is this ice crystal thing? No matter what he says, he hugs the chatter after finishing. The raptors were promoted on the 2nd day. It enters the dark mine shaft floor. There are a large number of dangerous creatures on the floor. Can choose to enter and carry any items. The task requires seeking the survivors hidden behind the layers of the dark mine. It's time for my favorite treasure hunting moment again. After the elevator doors open, you put on your gear and walk out with the little velociraptor. The outside of the elevator is a piece of darkness. It's good to be in a floor of the airport, so it doesn't really affect you. On the road of progress, you accidentally stepped on a trap. The torches on both sides lit up in the next moment. You are shocked but do not know how big the spider that weaves these webs is. After you finished speaking, you took out a machete and began to clear the cobwebs. Just when you were halfway through cleaning, a sound came. You and the small velociraptor have entered a combat state. A huge spider is quickly crawling towards you not far away. When getting close to you, you swung the machete and cut the spider in half. The green liquid secreted by the spider has corroded small deep pits into the ground. You breathed a sigh of relief. Fortunately, there was no direct contact. Otherwise, it will be troublesome when you are ready to move forward. More spiders appeared in the mine tunnel. You pulled out your submachine gun and shot them. After confirming safety, you followed the radar to a mine pit. Looking down, you found it was filled with dense spiders. So, you gritted your teeth and cleaned them all up, only to discover that the mech had also been partially corroded by spider blood. You thought to yourself, the defense function of the mech needs to find an opportunity to improve, and then I saw a dilapidated wooden house not far away. A pile of white bones is stacked beside the wooden house. You are attracted to the parchment on the white bones. When I got up, I saw it was a treasure map. You followed the markings on the treasure map to reach the location of the treasure, only to find that it was huge blocks of stone. Give it a try. Cannot be pushed from all aspects. Then the pistol that was taken out gave him a shot. After the explosion, a stroke of blue appears before you. The prompt sounds at this time. Congratulations to the survivors for completing the task. The material in front is the raw ore of ice crystal stone. After purification, cryolite can be obtained. Some floor merchants and trading floors have also been replaced with hidden crystal stones. 1 block of ice for every 100 kilograms. Sure, listen to the end. You have started to exhaust the raw ore mining in the mine. Then the people who went out later moved back to the field together. Then put the ice crystal stone yuan into the supplies area for upgrading. The results show. Come out, come out. You came with a mouthful. It seems we can only wait for the trading floor or the floor to injure someone. After speaking, he started grilling beef with the little velociraptor. At this time, Li Feng's message appeared again. Reward for the little river dog, a bounty of 2,000 gold coins and 2 upgrade supply boxes. You are all shocked. I'm going. Is a buddy's head worth so much money now? Immediately issued a bounty of 3,000 gold coins for Li Feng. After the news is released, the chat room suddenly exploded. Seeing the high-priced bounty you posted, the forces that originally wanted to hunt you down have all turned against you. Start to criticize Li Feng verbally and in writing. You are not here. Li Huier has been heartbroken for about 3 hours of mutual struggle. Then he fell asleep while hugging the little velociraptor. Time quickly arrived at the second day. The floor you are about to enter is the transaction floor. This floor is the peace floor. The elevator will be parked for 5 hours. You can trade with others on the floor. Violent conflict occurred in the peace building. There will be guards for control. You chuckle with a smile. Isn't the opportunity to process bauxite or coming? As the elevator goes up, you found some unfamiliar shops as soon as you came out of the elevator. You have walked a certain distance, suddenly attracted into a bookstore. The boss then gave you a product manual. After watching, you were shocked. Too wet. This is originally a book of enchantments for sale. Currently, only low-level enchantments are available for purchase. Thinking of the mecha corroded by spider blood, you decisively chose defensive enchantments, then handed the mecha over to the boss. After the boss's operation, while the mecha's defense value is increased, a protective barrier is also added. You chuckled a laugh. My little life is much safer now. After the resurrection, you have found another ore recycling point. Extract 25 pieces of cryolite. Encountered a big sale of attribute potions again. So you bought a box of attribute potions and returned to the elevator. Put all the cryolite into the supplies afterwards. The elevator screen shows that your elevator can be upgraded. You pressed the upgrade button. The elevator suddenly shook violently. After the upgrade, 2 new devices have been added to the elevator. The repair station can use gold coins to repair most items. The repair warehouse can input ice crystals to repair bodily injuries. Your eyes light up. The functions of these 2 devices are simply explosive. The prompt sounds again at this moment. Congratulations to the survivor for being the first to upgrade the elevator to level 18. Reward leather backpack. Cancel items and limit the request for publishing tasks. The survivor will raise the elevator to level 19. Reward any model of switch. 1,000 rounds of ammunition. You glanced at the upgraded elevator materials. The materials for upgrading the elevator to level 19 have been prepared, but the screen shows that a task needs to be completed in order to upgrade. You are speechless. What is the task of the dog elevator? The Taoist priest gives me some hints. After saying that, you drank all the attribute potions purchased from the trading floor. Except for life. Other attributes have been greatly improved. The power attribute is finally about to break. Just at this moment, the little velociraptor looks ahead cautiously. You immediately pulled out a submachine gun and walked over. A huge lizard emerged from the toilet. You went up and gave him a squeeze. Not even its skin has been broken. You are shocked. The scales of this lizard are so hard that after finishing speaking, it took out the technology palace and started attacking wildly. After a burst of explosions, the lizard disappears in front of you. Only a translucent scale was left after you picked it up. The elevator's prompt sound rang out. This scale is a synthetic item. Scales can be fused when forging weapons. Enhance weapon hardness. After watching, you frowned. This scale is not useful right now. Let's keep it for now and talk about it later. Then I watched a movie with the little velociraptor. Time has passed quickly. The next day is about to enter the survival floor. The target is an explosion. There are dangerous creatures stored in this elevator. Do not bring any items inside. Cannot refuse to enter this floor. The task requires surviving in the grassland for 7 days. After completing the task, you can leave the floor to receive 7 days of vacation. After watching, you feel numb. This damn place is not a holiday. It's simply asking me to go to my death.